With the coming of autumn, the farmers in the fields around Caribou County are looking forward to the harvest, a time when they reap the benefits of all the hard work they've put in over the summer. At the same time, the coaches and athletes of Soda Springs, Grace, and North Gem are looking for a harvest of their own. On this field, though, it's a different kind of bounty. Instead of rows of corn and potatoes, they look for hash marks and goal lines. While the farmers are cutting grain, defenses on this turf look to cut down quarterbacks. As ranchers survey their herds, coaches pace the sidelines, looking to improve their own stock for the ultimate goal of a state championship. Yes, with the coming of the fall also comes the drive for a new push to the peak of performance. It's football season, and you're tuned in to your home for Caribou County's best on KBRV 800 The Bear. Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
The countdown is on and the Reapers are ready. It's time for Caribou County football with the voice of the Cardinals, Grizzlies, and Cowboys, Caleb Burgraff, on your radio home for the best high school football coverage in southeastern Idaho. KBRV 800 The Bear and online at MyLocalRadio.com.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to the home of the MALAD Dragons as we're about 29 minutes away from the opening kick of tonight's matchup between the Soda Springs Cardinals and the MALAD Dragons, as both teams still searching for their first win and both teams searching for what could be a path to the postseason if they can come away with a win tonight. A loss tonight, though, will almost certainly seal their fate as having to look forward to next year. We have plenty coming up on the pregame show. A look at a Where Are They Now interview as Brianne Yamauchi will be joining us from the class of 2011. We'll also sit down and talk with the head coach of the MALAD Dragons, as well as a chance to sit down with sophomore Thomas Nielsen, who's been having a standout last couple of games for the Soda Springs Cardinals as well. All that and more coming up on your pregame show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of September 29th through October 5th. It's harvest time, and fruits and veggies are on sale all throughout Lalaton's. Red cluster tomatoes are just 99 cents a pound. Large Fuji apples are 89 cents a pound, and iceberg lettuce heads are 89 cents each. 2-pound packages of seedless grapes are just $3.99 each. Grab yourself some fresh pumpkins, 4 pounds for $1. And fall varieties of squash are just 39 cents a pound. It's harvest time, and those are some of your food specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out, ladies and gentlemen, to the home of the MALAD Dragons. The sun setting behind us as we have about 25 and a half minutes until the start of tonight's matchup. It's homecoming night for the MALAD Dragons. It was homecoming night last week for the Soda Springs Cardinals as they look to return the favor of what Westside did to them, looking to spoil the MALAD Dragons homecoming and looking to try and get their first win of the year. We have plenty more coming up on the pregame show, as I said, and right now it's time for us to look at where are they now, a chance to look into the past of Soda Springs High School with some of the athletes and students who have gone to Soda Springs High School. We had a chance to sit down with Brianna Mauchi, who was a member of the volleyball, basketball, and track teams at Soda Springs from 2007 until 2011. She joins us now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Kayla Burgraff here, joined with another Where Are They Now subject, as Bree Yamauchi, who is from the class of 2011, is joining us. And Bree, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and talk.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Back in 2011, it's not really that far ago, but what was life like here in Soda Springs? What was life like at Soda Springs High School for you?
I felt like life was school and sports, to be quite honest. I loved the community, and that's my favorite part still about Soda Springs, is just how we can come together and unite, particularly with sports. We were always a really good family.
I know that you played a lot of sports when you were here, a pretty full schedule, volleyball, basketball, and track. Which one of those was your favorite sport to do?
I would say it was a tie between volleyball and basketball. Whichever one I was doing, that was my favorite one to be doing at the time.
I can see a lot of your sister in that one too, because Reagan's pretty much the same way with the team now. When you talk about volleyball, we'll start off with that one, just kind of progress through those sports. Volleyball, you were the setter on that team when you were there, and really on one of the better teams that Soda's been able to put out in a while, taking third back in 2010. What was it like being on a team that had that much success in a sport that this community doesn't necessarily recognize right off the bat?
I love volleyball, and I loved that team. I think one of the things that Coach McMurray really ingrained in our minds for that whole season was just grit, and we just get after it. We always dive for a ball. It doesn't matter how far away it is from us, and because of that grit that we had and the unity that we had, it was so fun. Practices were fun. It didn't matter how hard it got. Everything was fun.
You were really able to take that grit and that success and take it to basketball as well, where you were able to play for 2 years and really develop your skills there with another team that had a lot of success. What was basketball like under Wade Schwanevelt during his years where he was still building on that success early on?
Coach Schwanevelt always does a wonderful job with his team, and I think one of the things Coach Schwanevelt does well is he pushes us to the limits. And also another thing is it's not just Coach Schwanevelt, it's everybody before that, all of our parents who drive us to summer camps and are always trying to get us to go to basketball. The community is built on basketball, and so all of those years before make a big difference for when we get to high school, and I think that's why this community is so good at basketball, because we're willing to make sacrifices.
It wasn't just basketball for you too. The season continued on into track. How important was track for you as well? And you took on quite a different variety of events when you were in track and field here at Soda. What was that like, being able to dabble in a lot of different things?
I loved the variety. Honestly, track was probably one of why I say it's my least favorite, is because it was more of an individual event, and I love team events. I kind of get nervous doing individual events, which is why I did a lot of relays. 400 was my favorite. I did it for conditioning, and also Coach Horsley is the man. I mean, he is the biggest motivation that Soda Springs has ever had and probably will ever had. He's incredible.
Definitely a good person to learn from, and I'm sure that motivation helped you out your senior year a little bit too, because you were having to come back from an ACL injury that actually took you out of sports for that entire year. What was that like for you, and what lessons did you learn from that year of having to try and come back?
I remember being completely devastated. All of my dreams were shattered that year as I was thinking about playing college sports in the future. I just remember realizing that it wasn't the situation, but it was the way that I reacted to that situation that was going to determine how I turned out in the end. And so I helped Coach Schwanevelt and Coach T coach basketball, and I tried to stay in sports as much as I could, and it was hard to be around. But I think the most important lesson that I learned is that sports is not everything as much as we make it out to be. And I also learned that besides the accolades and the awards that you can get, the relationships that you create with other people, those are the most important things. And that's really what life's all about. Those are the things you're going to take forever.
We'll be right back with the second half of our interview with Brianna Mauchi from the class of 2011. We're about 20 minutes away from the opening kick and the starting lineups of tonight's matchup between the Soda Springs Cardinals and the MALAD Dragons on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
When you're 15 and pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him, but you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption.
For more information, go to ichooseadoption.org.
I'm Miranda and I chose adoption.
Mama, come on. Say mama.
Listen, if I could talk, I'd tell you I'm almost 2 and still not responding. That's one sign of a communication disorder, and delaying treatment can affect my development.
Many parents aren't aware of the early signs of speech, language, and hearing disorders, yet early detection and treatment can improve quality of life.
Come on, say dada.
Ugh, here we go.
Identify the signs of communication disorders. Identifythesigns.org.
In the aftermath of a disaster, victims want to get their lives back in order as soon as possible. But if your home has been damaged, the last thing you want is someone taking advantage of you. Contractors who show up right after a storm may be fraudsters, out to make a quick buck off of your insurance claim. They'll promise anything as long as they can get you to sign a contract and hand over a payment. Know who you're dealing with, and remember, if you didn't request it, reject it. To report fraud, call us at 1-800-TEL-NICB, a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
You, after a couple years of college, ended up going on a trip for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, ended up being a missionary over to Japan. What was that like, not just seeing a different country, but being a country that a lot of people don't think about as far as where the missions go to, and going to a country that's that populated and that with that much culture?
It was the biggest place in the world, and that was a little bit of a shocker coming from Soda Springs. And I think, you know, everybody else might not think of Japan as going on a place for their mission. I wanted to go to Japan so bad. Obviously, I'm Japanese, and that's where my roots are. And I learned how to work hard and continue to work hard. My parents have always made hard work a part of our family. And again, something that I learned from the mission that has probably helped me the most is just how to love other people and just not care about yourself and put their needs before your own.
You went back to college after that, and you're actually wrapping up your senior year at college right now at Utah State. What's that been like, and what are some of the things that you've been working towards?
College life's incredible. It's my favorite. I love college. One of the things that I love most about college is that you can get involved, and so I really put myself out there, and I stay really busy, which is why I'm so grateful that all the sports, basketball, volleyball, I can watch all of those online. We couldn't do that when I was in high school, which makes me sound ancient. But all the people around me at college know that when I'm watching a game, whether it's Riley or Reagan, whoever it is in my family, don't mess with me because I'm watching my siblings and I'm going to get excited. So I try to be in a place quiet where nobody can find me.
We'll wrap it all up with 2 more questions for you, Bree. And the first one is, when you think back to what you're doing in college, what's next for you? What are your dreams? What's the goal for what you're doing with your majors?
So I have a dual major in marketing and business administration and then a minor in Japanese. And I have a lot of different dreams. I've thought about becoming a physical therapist. That's been a big dream. Or running my own business, particularly with photography as an emphasis in my own business. But I think the thing that I honestly dream about most is just being able to find the one, which sounds cliche, starting my family. That's what my mom does, and my mom is the epitome of mother as a job, and everybody knows it. She's always busy. She makes a full-time job out of it, and so that's exactly what I want to do.
When you talk about family and you talk about your mom, that really wraps this one up well. And what's it like being able to come back here to Soda and see your younger sister playing in the sports that you played, and also just to be able to come back into Soda Springs and be in this community. What are some of the memories that come back when you come here?
I just have memories of the people, and that's why I say that relationships are the most important thing, because I don't remember a ton of the details from all of my sports or even some of my classes. I remember the teachers and I remember the players that I played with, and I try to keep in touch with them. Being able to watch my sister play, and Riley's on a mission now, and then watching Rhett as he's growing up to play, I feel that I can support them for how they supported me. And I love family. I think it's so important that we support each other in everything that we're doing, and I can't say enough about my family and how my parents have raised.
Well, Bria, I appreciate you coming in to take the time to talk with us about all this stuff, and good luck to you as you continue to work on your dreams and goals.
Thank you. Go Cardinals.
That was Brianne Yamauchi, a member of the class of 2011 on our pregame show as we continue to march towards the opening kick between the MALAD Dragons and the Soda Springs Cardinals. We'll be back with an interview with the head coach of the MALAD Dragons on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com right after this break. Brought to you by our sponsors.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone. Food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Caleb Burgraff joined here on the pregame show with Rick Dreesen from the MALAD Dragons. And Coach, for these two programs tonight, it's about this tale of the same story right now. Tough seasons to this point in time. This really both teams' best chance to win so far in the season. What have been your thoughts on the way that your team has been preparing for this game tonight?
We've been fixing a lot of the problems that we've had all season. We've had a lot of injuries. We're actually almost at 100% tonight, which is going to help out a lot. Just getting these kids to focus, that's the big thing, is all season these kids they've been thinking about last year. Last year's gone. This is a new year, and trying to get them to snap out of that, it's been a tough task.
You guys do have a lot of youth, which as a new coach, it's a good thing and a bad thing, because one thing that you can focus on the future, but the bad thing is you need to focus on the future. What has some of the youth been doing this year that you've been really happy with and impressed with?
The youth, basically my sophomores, my freshmen, their attitudes are great. They love the sport. They want to play. They get in the weight room and they hit the weights hard. They do my program, and they've seen a lot of good results come from it this summer, and I'm real excited for the next couple years here at MALAD.
looking at the offense that you guys run, it used to be a spread offense here. You've kind of mixed that up a little bit and changed it around. What are your offensive, I guess, ideas, and what do you like to do with the football?
I like run it right down your throat football. I like running up the gut. I like power football and just to look at the other side and say, stop me if you can.
On the defensive side, it seems like the defensive matchups that you do, you try to eliminate one form of what they do offensively, and that's just eliminate the run game, make them one-dimensional. Is that about right?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, we got some good DBs, so I mean, we're aware of the pass, and we know that in this district, a lot of people don't throw the ball too much. We used to be one of them that threw it a lot. We've kind of gotten away from that, you know, but just focusing on the run, outside sweeps, and passing also, but more or less, you know, your outside sweeps. Everybody likes to go to the outside here.
When you think about Soda Springs now coming in here, this was the one game they won last year. Of course, it was a rainy game, and MALAD was beat up at that point in time. Is there a little bit of a revenge factor? And also with it being homecoming, how big would it be to come away with the win tonight? Oh, it'd be very big for these kids to win this game tonight. It'd be their first win of the season. Last year, that was a tough game. You know, like I said, we had a lot of injuries that year. Or that game, and we were down that game, you know, and that's not an excuse. We didn't play well. But this year and this game right now, I mean, these kids, I think they're ready. They're finally, you know, it's taken 5 games, but I really think that they're actually focused and ready to play tonight. We'll wrap it up with this, Coach, and that's just looking at tonight. Who are some of the kids that you need to step up? Who are the key players for your team tonight to get that win? To be honest with you, it's going to be all my seniors. The kids that haven't stepped up all season. You know, I need them. I have 1 or 2 seniors that's been doing a great job, but the other ones, they haven't really done anything for us, and we need them to step up. We need them. Coach, I appreciate the time. Hopefully we see a resurgence of one of these 2 teams tonight, and hopefully a fantastic battle on homecoming for the Dragons. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. That was the head coach of the MALAD Dragons. Coach Dietrich is in his first year looking for some wins for his squad. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to sit down and talk with Thomas Nielsen from the Soda Springs Cardinals. He's had a good couple of games in his last few out there, over 70 yards of receiving against American Falls, and he scored one of the 2 touchdowns against the Westside Pirates on last Friday night's event. We're going to sit down with him, as we said, after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Check out my new time machine.
Does it work?
Hit the button.
Hey, it's Napoleon.
Oui. Check out the future.
Hey, you have a nice house. Why don't I?
You didn't save any money, buddy.
If only there was a way I could go back in time and fix that.
Yeah.
Save something for the future. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Students, when I call the reason for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Too tired. Family trip. Sick day. Starting the holidays early.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out once again to MALAD High School, as it is a beautiful Friday evening. There's not a cloud in the sky except a couple off towards MALAD Summit to our left, and we are excited to be bringing you this contest tonight. And this one really a point of pride for both teams. The Soda Springs Cardinals took down the MALAD Dragons last year for their only win of the season, and we'll be looking to try and extend that win streak to 2. MALAD's been a team that in the past has had the Soda Springs Cardinals numbers, but not in the last couple of games, as well as the Cardinals will look to try and again push the MALAD Dragons down once again, keep them down. And a lot of people looking at this as the best chance to win for either of these two teams. Soda Springs will be led by their sophomore quarterback Logan Mumford, as well as a couple of seniors on the offensive line and in the passing formation. But there's a lot of youth out there as well, and one of those young players you can see on your screen at this moment is Thomas Nielsen, wearing the number 3, just catching that pass for those of you watching online at mylocalradio.com. We had a chance to sit down and talk with him about what it's been like for him. He wasn't even expecting to be on the varsity this year, and he tells us more on our interview with him on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Thomas Nielsen from the Soda Springs football team. And Thomas, this season, not exactly the way that a lot of kids expected it to go, but there have been slow and gradual progressions coming in each game. What are some of the things that you guys have been focusing on as a team as the year's gone on?
We've been focusing on just working together and getting better as the season goes on, so at the end of the year we can hopefully have a great team for next year.
You're one of the smaller players on this team, playing the wide receiver position and also helping out in a little bit of a fullback position as well. What are some of the things that you take into the games with you, knowing that you're probably going to be undersized against a lot of the kids you're facing?
I just got to go and get in their way. Hope they don't get the running back. Push them out if I can.
Do you feel like there's any chip on your shoulder sometimes going into the games to elevate your play sometimes?
Oh, yeah. I got to have a mentality that I can take any of those guys, even if they're twice my size.
That's something that's come across in the last couple of games in particular. You had over 70 yards receiving against American Falls, and then you come and you score one of the 2 touchdowns against Westside. How much confidence have you gained in yourself, and how much confidence have you seen the team gain whenever you have good things happen?
A lot of confidence. It's been kind of surprising. I thought I'd be playing JV this year, but definitely taken a lot of good steps, and so has the team. Just all the touchdowns, that's a team thing. It's not one player.
When you look at the leaders on this team as well, who are some of the kids that have taken those leadership roles on the team that you look up to, that some of the other kids look up to?
Hunter Bybee and Andy Stewart are just a couple of them.
What do they do that really makes them stand out from other kids?
They just do their position really well, and when everybody else makes a mistake, they tell them how to fix it, and just good coaching.
You guys had a really good start against Westside, were able to score first, got your first lead of the season. What do you need to do in order to keep that momentum rolling in a game and be able to build on that instead of seeing it slip away?
We just got to stay focused, not celebrate too much, and then if they do score, we got to stay focused still. Can't hang our heads or anything.
Was that a good lesson to learn in that game, especially with still time to recover and still time to bounce back?
Yeah, for sure.
When you think about this upcoming game against MALAD, homecoming for them, you're going to be going into your 3rd homecoming game in a row, looking to try and spoil theirs. Is it tough when you go to another team's homecoming?
No, it's just a regular game. We got to go out there, play the same.
Put on the blinders. And when you think about MALAD, focusing on them, what do they do well? Have you seen any film from them? Do you know what they're going to be doing against you?
I haven't watched much film, but they seem to run the ball a lot and seemed to do that pretty good.
When you look at them as well, they have a new coach, a lot of young players, a lot like Soda in that regard as far as a team that's been struggling. Is this really a must-win for you guys as far as looking ahead at those 2 games to take a bit of the pressure off?
Yeah, for sure. We need to win.
What's the one thing you need to do great in this game in order to come away with that win?
100% effort and good blocks.
Final question for you, and that's with your back against the wall, there's always a little bit more pressure on the team, obviously. But is there something nice in knowing that there's nothing to lose when you go out there onto the field, that you just put everything onto it?
Yeah, it just makes it so we can't take the foot off the gas, because if we do, then we don't make the playoffs, so we have to do hard these next 3 games.
It's not an enviable position, but definitely one you can climb out of. Thomas, thank you so much for the time.
Yep, you're welcome.
That was sophomore Thomas Nielsen. The Cardinals do have their backs against the wall in tonight's matchup. Coin toss taking place out on the field as we speak with 1 minute and 44 seconds winding down on the clock. We're going to keep you in tune to what goes on with the coin toss, give you a couple more things to watch on this game. the Soda Springs Cardinals really have been looking at trying and working on their blocking, so that's going to be a big piece of what goes on in tonight's matchup, is which team will come up with the better blocking out there on the field. The other big thing to watch in this matchup as well is just mental execution for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Can they keep their heads in the game long enough in order to come away with the victory and able to take advantage of some of the mistakes made by the MALAD Dragons? Soda Springs has elected to kick the ball away to the MALAD Dragons. They will be kicking it from left to right and defending the left end zone here at MALAD High School. We have about a minute and 55 seconds to go. National Anthem coming up on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa.
You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back out, ladies and gentlemen, to the home of the MALAD Dragons, a contest that should be a fantastic one here tonight as the Soda Springs Cardinals and the MALAD Dragons both trying to find their way back into the win column, both 0-5 coming into this matchup. And we'll look at the starters for the Soda Springs Cardinals to get things off, as the starters for the Cardinals, really, it comes down to their offensive weapons. We'll look at the defense first, though. Starting lineups brought to you by Mountain View Dental. At Mountain View Dental, they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family. Good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. Logan Mumford will be a big player to watch on this team. Middle linebacker and outside linebacker. Where's the number 2? Number 3 is Thomas Nielsen. He is going to be out there as a defensive back. Also look for some of their defensive linemen. Dakota Bybee will be coming in off of the end, as well as Riley Harris. Also, Hunter Bybee will be sitting in the middle of that line. Jacob Housley and Jeremiah Hansen will both likely play big roles on the line as well. Other linebackers to keep your eyes on: Kyle Dursteller and Taylor Adams. The 2 juniors will be in the middle of the formation for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and they will be looking to try and make their impact known as well in this Cardinals offensive set. For the MALAD Dragons, their starting lineup is going to look like this for the most part, as they are going to be led in tonight's matchup by number 1, Hiram Webster. Number 2 is Junior Sua. He wears the number 5, Number 6 is Dylan Hunt. Number 7 is Dale Langston. Number 14 is Colby Dreesen. Number 17 is Taylor Evans. Number 21, DJ Evans, follows him out in that starting lineup. Number 55 is Rhett Daniels. Number 63 is Chase Evans. And number 69 is Ethan Ward. Those are some of the biggest names to keep an eye out for the MALAD Dragons in tonight's matchup. Great crowd for the Dragons. A good crowd on the other side, away from the Cardinals. On the Cardinals sideline, I should say, as they are speckled throughout the side of the hill here in what is a bowl setup at MALAD High School, the home of the Dragons. Dragons will be wearing their home black uniforms with white numbers, MALAD written in small font. And that is on the front. They have black helmets with a dragon logo on the right side, black pants with an orange stripe that goes halfway down the side in the form of a tooth. On the other side for the Soda Springs Cardinals, they are going to be wearing their road gray uniforms, black numbers with a light red outline, black helmets as well with numbers on the right side, left side, and a logo, the SS, on the right side of the helmets as well. Black pants with black down the side that is streaked, and with red highlights around that as well. As we said, the Soda Springs Cardinals will be kicking off to the MALAD Dragons to get things going. We talked about your starting lineups being brought to you by Mountain View Dental. At Mountain View Dental, they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family. Good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. And the Dragons will set up with 5 at the 50, 2 lined up at the 35, 1 at the 30 in the middle of the field, 2 back at about the 8-yard line, and then another one lined up right about the 16-yard line on their side of the field. Soda Springs will give it off to Justin Morrison to kick the ball away, as he will go left to right on your video screen and on your radio dial as well. Cardinals with 5 on either side. Of course, you have to have the even side lineup on either side. That has been put in as a rule. Morrison, left-footed kicker, spies the ball, 12 on the clock, and he lines up and sends one high and short. It's going to be picked up on the run at the 25-yard line by Webster, straight through the middle of the Cardinals' special teams line, and to the 47-yard line of the Cardinals he goes. Fantastic field position to open things up for the MALAD Dragons with 11 minutes and 56 seconds to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. That opening kickoff was brought to you by Jake Rainey of Rainy Day Massage in Soda Springs. Right now you can get $15 off of a 50-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy simply by mentioning that you heard this ad during this broadcast. Dragons will come up to the line of scrimmage, and under center is going to be a number I do not have on my roster, as he's going to pitch the ball out to number 14. Colby Dreesen takes the ball forward for about 3 yards on a good pitch play over to the right.
Down by Jacob Housley and Kyle Dursteller.
Dursteller on the tackle, as well as Housley. It's a good 3-yard pickup on the first play from scrimmage. And with 11 and 35 to go, the Dragons will once again come back up to the line of scrimmage. I believe it is going to be Hiram Webster under center, wearing the number 3, as he will fake a handoff. Webster takes the handoff, and he goes up 4 yards to the 41-yard line. So Webster and Dreesen combining for 7 yards on the first 2 plays, brings up a 3rd down and 3 to go. Taylor Adams again in on the tackle for the Soda Springs Cardinals, as the Cardinals line up in their traditional 3 or 5-man front. 3 linebackers, 3 defensive backs. Case Griffiths, the defensive back, on the right side, and Mumford has been moved to defensive back on the left side. 2-back formation and a wishbone set, as the snap count trying to get the Cardinals off balance is not going to get that go, as Dreesen takes the handoff. He's close to the first down, but he's stuffed and wrapped up on the play. I believe Dursteller, the one who was able to wrap him up. It will be 4th down, as he comes up just short of that first down. Call it 2.5 yards. He needed 3 to gain the first down, and it's 4th down and a yard to go at about the 38-yard line. Dragons need the 37, and a good time for the Cardinals to stiffen up their backs. 10 minutes and 16 seconds to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, just underway in the first quarter. I formation, 2 wideouts to the right side for the Dragons, fullback right behind the quarterback. Cardinals will blitz. It'll be a run up the gut. It's going to be close. Dreesen is very, very close to the first down. They might need to mark this one. The near side official is marking him short. The far side has him getting it, I believe. And we'll see if they measure or give the first down. And they are going to measure this one, as that is a very close play. It's a yard gain for Dreesen going straight up the gut. He's got 3 carries for 6 yards on the play so far. And with 10 minutes on the clock, it's frozen with the official timeout. I think with where the ball is spotted, he's going to have the first down. But we'll wait officially to see what the final mark is. And on second thought, without the chains extended, he might just be short. It is very close, and he is short of the first down. The Cardinals defense stands up, and by 2 chain links, they come up short in the middle of the field. Great defensive stop for the Soda Springs Cardinals as they force the turnover on downs. The MALAD Dragons defensive line stuffed by the Cardinals offensive line stuffed by the defensive line of the Cardinals, and Soda Springs gets ready to go the other way. The offense getting their first opportunity on the field as they will hand it off to Logan Mumford to see what he can do. He has been a developing quarterback for the Cardinals. He'll line up in the pistol set. Andrew Stewart behind him. They'll move Riley Harris to the formation on the right side. Snap is good. Handoff goes to Stewart, who tries to pick his way, and he's going to lose a yard on the play, going nowhere, stuffed on what was a good pressure up the gut by the MALAD Dragons. That's been the problem for the Soda Springs Cardinals, is getting the offensive line in firing mode in order to fire forward. And they will mark it about a half-yard back, second down, and a long 10 to go from the right side hash marks. As the Cardinals again come up to the line of scrimmage, wearing their gray uniforms. As Mumford again takes the snap, looks to his left. This time he well overthrows the ball. Nielsen was coming into the middle of the field on a slant route, and he is about 2 versions of himself too short to try and get up to that one, as that was airmailed. I think that was a miscommunication. Mumford, I believe, was expecting it to be a streak instead of a slant. So with 9:24, clock stopped. Cardinals will come up to the line of scrimmage. 0-0 your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. First quarter of play. Mumford in that shotgun. Stewart right behind him. 2 wideouts to each side. He'll drop back to pass. It's going to be a screen play that is almost picked off. The lineman in position to pick it off was Chase Evans. The big junior had it go off of his hands, and it brings up 4th down for the Cardinals, and they will be punting the ball away to the MALAD Dragons from inside their own territory. But this should change field position for the Cardinals, and with the leg that Justin Morrison has shown so far, he should be able to send this one back towards the 20-yard line. As he's had punts of upwards of 35, 40 yards so far this year. He stands at the 25-yard line, about 13 yards back of the line of scrimmage. And a flag is going to be called. This will give the Cardinals a little bit more consistency, as an offsides on the defense will be whistled against number 55. That's Darren Tapp.
Offsides against the Dragons.
First penalty on the Dragons. Makes it 4th down and 5 now. So still not necessarily in a position to go for it. Cardinals will still be punting, but now Morrison stands at the 30-yard line in order to try and send this one away. White gloved hands awaiting the snap from Bybee. As Hunter, low snap, kicks off the ground. Morrison able to send a line drive kick that kicks at the 30. It'll roll forward across the 20 to about the 17-yard line, and that is where it is picked up on the punt. Call that a 40-yard kick by Morrison, definitely changing field position, and that is a successful special teams play for the Soda Springs Cardinals. That's a big piece of what you look for if you're out there as a coach, as special teams can a lot of times be the difference between winning and losing a game. And right there, a special teams win for the Cardinals. They will come back out to the line. 3 down linemen for the Cardinals, as Mason Smith, Hunter Bybee, and Housley will all line up on the right side. Snap will be a handoff, and driving his way forward on the play is Dreesen once again. He's got a gain of about 6 yards up ahead to the 25-yard line. Case Griffiths on the tackle with 9 minutes and 1 second left to go. Dreesen able to cross the 10-minute mark. So 2nd and 4 coming up from the 25-yard line. Dragons working right to left, 8:50 to go, first quarter of play. No score yet on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Defensive battles, both sides have gone 4 and out or 3 and out, depending on which team you're looking for. Dragons will snap the ball. Rolling to the near side is that quarterback, number 3. Tries to cut in, and he's able to get 1 yard. And Jacob Housley on the tackle. So a 1-yard gain makes it 3rd down and 2.5 or so. Call it a 2-yard gain. The official score book announces it, as they need to get the ball up to about the 29-yard line. 8 minutes and 8 seconds to go. And the snap will again go to the quarterback. He rolls to his right. And that is Dane, who is going to be again stopped short. No gain on the play. And the Cardinals defense again able to hold and keep them down. And the defensive, or the punt team, will come out for the Dragons to kick this one away is number 32, Matthew Quinn. The senior will stand at about the 12-yard line. Snap is a good one, and he will send a spiraling kick that is going to kick and roll forward and bounces to about the 26-yard line. And on the play, it changes field position once again from the 26 to the other 26 for a punt of about 45 yards on the play. So the Cardinals offense will come back out once again.
Flag on the play.
There is a flag out now in the middle of the field, and it looks like it's a holding call against the Dragons. And so the Soda Springs Cardinals will see this one marched up another 10 yards, I believe, from the initial spot of the kick. We'll see where they officially spot this one. And excuse me, they may have flagged this one against the Cardinals. I think the official might have gotten his signals mixed up, and it will be against the Cardinals, and it's a personal foul, in fact, that marches the ball back all the way to the 12-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty, a costly one for the Soda Springs Cardinals. And penalties have definitely been a problem for them so far on the season. 7:20 to go, still more than half of the first quarter left to play. Cardinals will come out backed up in the shadow of their own goal. Mumford alone in the backfield. 3 out to the left. He's going to take the snap. He's going to come to the near side. Throw is over the head of Riley Harris, well over his head as that one bounces outside of the sidelines. And it's an incomplete pass. Mumford is 0 for 3 to open up this game, and the Cardinals fall behind the chains with 2nd down and 10 coming up. 7:15 to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. As I said, good crowd here tonight for both teams. It is homecoming for the MALAD Dragons. And Soda will again come up, this time 3 to the left side, 4 to the left side of the formation. It'll be Mumford looking that way, steps up into the pocket, throws one up, and it's over the outstretched arms that time of Justin Morrison. Could not track that one down. He was open coming down the play. And it's 3rd down and 10 now for the MALAD, or Soda Springs Cardinals, trying to move the ball. So far, they have -1 yards of offense in 5 plays that they have run. And the MALAD Dragons looking to try and keep them where they're at. Ball still at about the 12-yard line on the Soda Springs side of the field. Sun starting to set behind us, so the lights start to take effect here at the home of the Dragons as they line up with 4 on the offensive line. It'll be a pass to the near side. It's poked away. Morrison able to get the ball and spins his way forward to the 20-yard line. It's an 8-yard completion, but it comes up short of the 1st down. And Soda Springs will not be able to come up with the 1st down. Brings up 4th and about 2. Or a long 3, excuse me, to come up. As the ball again at the 20-yard line. Soda Springs looks to punt this one away once again. As Morrison gets set to kick this ball away. Good snap this time. Plenty of time for the kick, and that's a high spiraling kick that will bounce towards the sideline and rolls towards the MALAD sideline before settling at the 47-yard line, and a flag will come out, and it's a late hit on Taylor Adams, a boneheaded penalty, if I may, as that was well after the play, and the official was right in front of it, and that'll cost the Cardinals another 15 yards, 30 yards in penalties on 2 penalties, and you're not even halfway into the first quarter. And where the hit came from, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will march that back into Cardinals territory to about the, I believe, 38-yard line. The official will jog his way forward, and it goes to the 39. That's where the Dragons will pick up with offense. 39 yards trying to punch their way in. As they come out again, 2 wideouts, 1 split out to each side. Dreesen and Webster in the backfield. Flanking the quarterback on either side, who's up under center. He'll take the snap, rolls to his right, looks to pass, now tucks it. He's taking the ball towards the sideline, catches a couple of big walks, and he is out across the 35-yard line to about the 33. Call it a gain of 6. Taylor Adams in on the tackle, but not until good blocking was able to gain the Dragons several yards down the field. And with the clock winding, it goes under 6 minutes, 5 minutes, and 40 seconds to go. Dane, so far with 9 yards on the evening so far. So he gets the play from the new first-year head coach for the MALAD Dragons. And the offensive line again steps up. MALAD, traditionally a passing team, has yet to throw the ball tonight. They'll split 2 wideouts to the left side of the formation. Working right to left. The snap will go once again to the quarterback under center. Throws near side, and that is completed. And losing the football, it looks like, are the MALAD Dragons? No, they're going to say that is a completed pass and a fumble to the Cardinals, as losing the ball on the way down is Devin Wilson, as he caught the ball, made a football move, and after 5 yards on the gain, ends up losing it on the strip, and the Cardinals will take over on the fumble to give them possession. So 1st and 10, Soda Springs at about the 28-yard line, working left to right with 5:14 to go in the first quarter. No score yet. 2 wideouts, split to either side, 2 ends to the formation. They're going to hand this one to Nielsen, who picks his way forward and is going to gain 2 yards to the 30-yard line before being wrapped up on the play. On the tackle, coming up is Junior Sua. Number 5, the man to come up from the bottom of the tackle.
2 brings up 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8 coming up for the Soda Springs Cardinals. 4 minutes and 48 seconds left to go. They need to get the ball up to about the 38, 39-yard line. Break the huddle. Case Griffith split to the right. 1 wide out split to the left. Riley Harris bounces out to the right side as well. Twins to the right as the snap goes through the hands of Mumford. Stewart runs back to pick it up. Rolls to his left. He's going to try and gain something out of it, but he's tackled and taken down at the 15-yard line, and that's a loss of 15 on the play. And unfortunately, it'll all be credited to Stewart, but that's not his 15 yards that he lost. That's more on another bad snap by the Cardinals, which has been a problem for them throughout the season. And it brings up a 3rd down and 24 yards to go. They need a big play here to get the ball up to the 39-yard line from the 15. 3 minutes, 52 seconds to go. Mumford in that pistol formation. Stewart behind him. 2 wideouts to each side as he drops back. Blitz up the middle. Throw is going to be a screen pass that's caught by Stewart. He's got open field in front of him. Cuts back to the middle. He's got no one in front of him. He is going to take it all the way to the house. An 85-yard screen play touchdown pass from Mumford to Andrew Stewart. And the Soda Springs Cardinals strike first with the biggest offensive play of the season. 6-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard and Soda Springs strikes in a big way. Perfect blocking and a big block thrown down the field as well by Hunter Bybee. Cardinals will send out Morgan Steele to attempt the point after. Brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. At Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Casey and his staff take time to understand all of your health needs. That's Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier at 208-847-1421. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is good. 7-0, Soda Springs on top of the MALAD Dragons on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. They strike first on your home for Cardinal Athletics, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of September 29th through October 5th. It's harvest time, and fruits and veggies are on sale all throughout Lalaton's. Red cluster tomatoes are just 99 cents a pound. Large Fuji apples are 89 cents a pound, and iceberg lettuce heads are 89 cents each. 2-pound packages of seedless grapes are just $3.99 each. Grab yourself some fresh pumpkins, 4 pounds for $1. And fall varieties of squash are just 39 cents a pound. It's harvest time, and those are some of your food specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the MALAD Dragons, where they trail 7-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard on an 85-yard screenplay to Andrew Stewart. And the MALAD Dragons trail on their homecoming night. The lights officially taking effect here 25 minutes after kickoff, as October is definitely in the air, just about 4.5 hours away. This kickoff will be brought to you by Rainy Day Massage, as Morrison set to kick this one away left to right on your video screen. Again, wearing the red uniform, gray and red uniforms of the Soda Springs Cardinals. Short kick. It'll be an onside kick attempt to the far sideline, and sliding to pull this one in inside of the flag is going to be picked up by the Cardinals. I missed who picked up the ball, and Soda Springs will pick this one up. Andrew Stewart once again striking for the Soda Springs Cardinals. And for the second time this season, they got the onside kick against Westside last week and get another onside kick here tonight.
Cardinals 1st and 10 from the Dragon 43-yard line.
First down and 10, Cardinals inside Dragon territory, leading 7-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, as it will be Mumford in the backfield, joined by Stewart and Nielsen. Takes the snap, pitches it outside to Stewart. He's again going to try and turn on the Jets. Gets across the 40 before being tripped up out of bounds. And they'll mark it at about the 42-yard line. Or excuse me, the 37-yard line.
Driven out by DJ Evans.
And a gain of about 5 on the play. And second down and 5 will be upcoming. 3:19 to go. Play will start on the whistle of the official, as the Cardinals again break the huddle. Working left to right inside Dragons territory after getting the onside kick. It's been all Cardinals last 3 minutes. As Mumford, he'll take the snap in the shotgun. Drops back. Good protection. Throws one up over the head of Mason Smith. Almost able to make the one-handed grab. Put in an awkward position there. And he's also blown up by one of the safeties coming up to make the hit. And ends up dropping as an incomplete pass, bringing up 3rd down and 5 for the Soda Springs Cardinals. The passing game has not been pretty so far. They do have 93 yards, but 85 of those 93 yards coming on one play. 37-yard line for the Cardinals, right side hash mark. As Mumford catches the play from Coach Cliff Garbett, who's in his second year as the Soda Springs Cardinals, looking to go 2-0 against the MALAD Dragons. Soda Springs will break the huddle. Nielsen split to the left, as is Mason Smith. Riley Harris and Justin Morrison to the right. Mason Smith mixed up, as they will take the snap. And Mumford throws a wobbly pass to Nielsen, who catches it at the 25-yard line, makes one man miss, scurries away from several defenders before being caught and taken down at the 10-yard line. On the play, it's a gain of 27 yards. the Cardinals' passing game really starting to come to life. As I was saying, it was struggling. 3 different completions to 3 different receivers. And Soda Springs moving the ball well now into the red zone against the MALAD Dragons. Up 7-0 already, 2:56 to go. As they will again come out to the line of scrimmage, see if they again dial up the pass here on 1st and goal from the 10-yard line, far side of the field. With Mumford alone in the backfield, Stewart, on the line of scrimmage. Takes a snap, hands off to Nielsen, who's going to try and go around several Dragons, steps up into a pile, and is taken down by a host at the 10-yard line for no gain. Junior Sua the first to get there on the tackle and on the play, and it makes it 2nd down and 10 against the Cardinals, trying to strike onto the scoreboard for the 2nd time in this first quarter, already leading 7-0 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Break the huddle. Good mixture of plays so far by the Cardinals. 5 run plays. They are overloading on pass plays just a little bit. Snap is going to be bobbled by Mumford. He takes it and just tries to run with it up the field. Gains about a yard on the play. Bobbled snap cost them on that one, but it will go for a gain of a yard. And it makes it 3rd and 8 to go to get into that end zone. Clock winds at 1 minute and 48 seconds to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Cardinals will spread the field once again. 3 wide outs to the right side, 1 to the left. Stewart in the backfield as Mumford takes the snap. Looks to the near side. Screen play is caught by Nielsen, but he's blown up on the play by Sua, and a flag comes out late. And this one looks like, if it's against the Dragons, it is going to give the Cardinals a first and a fresh set of downs. And this one is unsportsmanlike conduct against the Dragons, and I do disagree with this call a little bit. I didn't see anything on that play that warranted a flag, and it'll be half the distance to the goal, putting the ball at the 4-yard line. So a 4-yard penalty against the MALAD Dragons. 1 minute and 21 seconds to go. 2 backs in the field, and the Cardinals will jump forward first, and just like that, they get the first down to move them forward, and 5 yards will march them back. And that has, again, been a trend for the Soda Springs Cardinals so far on the season. 1 minute and 16 to go, and it's now 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Still leading 7-0, though, and eating up some clock as well here in quarter number 1. As I've said, the Cardinals have been fairly balanced in their attack. 6 run plays now on the night with 8 passing plays. They've gone 3 of 8 through the air to this point in time. 1 minute and 16 left. And they'll come out splitting 1 wide out to each side, 2 ends on the formation. Expect a run. Instead, they're going to pass this one as Mumford pump fakes twice, tries to tuck this one and goes straight up the middle himself. And a big pile is going to be bowled over at about the 6-yard line after a 3-yard gain by Logan Mumford. And it brings up a 2nd down, and call it 6 to go to get into the end zone for the Soda Springs Cardinals. And the clock will wind. Mumford on that play had an opening to the left, but was unable to take advantage of it. He also loses his helmet, so he has to come off of the field for a play, and we'll see what the Cardinals decide to do here. Justin Morrison, you would assume, is their 2nd quarterback option, so he will most likely be in the backfield as the quarterback as both Andrew Stewart and Morrison come back. And a timeout is going to be taken by the Soda Springs Cardinals to talk things over. 1 score for the Cardinals already on the board, threatening to try and get a second one. 2nd down and 6 yards to go when we come back on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com to your first quarter of play.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Soda Springs Cardinals in the red zone right now with 6 yards to go to get into the end zone as they look to try and build their lead up to 13 or even 14-0 over the MALAD Dragons with 28 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. A beautiful start for the Cardinals, trying to keep their foot on the gas and give themselves and keep their hopes alive here in District 5 action. 0-1 in district play, as are the Dragons after they were drubbed earlier this week by Aberdeen. Snap goes to Mumford, handoff to Stewart, tries to get the corner, reaches for the pylon, he's in for the touchdown. A 6-yard run to the edge, knocking down the pylon by Andrew Stewart for a 6-yard touchdown run, and Soda Springs builds the lead to 13-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard on his 4th carry of the night. And all of a sudden, things starting to build for the Cardinals' momentum. Extra point being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. At Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Cardinals will line up with Morgan Steele as the kicker. Justin Morrison, the holder. Left-footed kick attempt. He's 1 for 1 so far tonight. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up, and it is good. So it's a 14-0 score as the Cardinals lead the MALAD Dragons. We'll take another break. When we come back, the closing of the first quarter of play with 20 seconds to go. It's a 14-0 lead for the Soda Springs Cardinals on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Oh, hi. Right now I'm getting a remarkably heartfelt bear hug from Smokey Bear. Thanks, big guy. Now, if you could let me down. See, I made sure there were no low-hanging branches when I set up my campfire. And before we left, I drowned out my campfire, stirred it, drowned it out again, then made sure it was cold. Visit SmokeyBear.com to learn tips to prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back out to the home of the MALAD Dragons, where the Soda Springs Cardinals are carrying a 14-0 lead with a 20-second spot left on the clock as they'll get set to kick the ball away once again. Kickoff's being brought to you by Rainy Day Massage in Soda Springs. If you're a top athlete, an individual recovering from surgery, or if you simply need to relieve stress muscles, call Rainy Day Massage at 435-703-0195. Mention this ad and get $15 off their regular pricing for a 50-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy. It'll be Morrison to kick the ball off once again. 3rd kickoff of the night for him to the near side, and that is a poor kick that will bring out several flags, and it will bring the ball to, I believe, the 35-yard line for the MALAD Dragons, and that is where their offensive attack will start off. With them trailing 14-0, and all of a sudden the MALAD Dragons, the team that is looking up onto the scoreboard with all momentum away from them. It looked like they had it all after forcing the Cardinals into 2 3-and-outs to start the game. But since then, the Dragons have been outgained in this contest. They've put up 31 yards, and that goes against the 121 yards the Cardinals have put onto the board. They'll come out. 2 backs in the formation. Dropping back to pass is Dane, and he's going to fire this one complete. And pulling that one in, making up for the fumble at least a little bit, is Devin Wilson, as he gets his 2nd completion all the way up to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 15 on the play, and Dane is 2 for 2 on the night. Officials call a timeout and are going to talk things over on their side of the field. At midfield, I did not see any flags come out as they're talking things over and bringing both of the captains to them. So this might be a warning being given to both teams. As walking off over to the left side, Dakota Bybee He's going to pick up in his defensive end position again. I believe probably a warning issued, as the officials are looking to keep this from getting chippy. 11 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. We'll see if the Dragons try to get a play off, as it's down to 5 seconds. They still have not gotten up to the line of scrimmage, and this is going to do it for the first quarter of play as the buzzer sounds, and we head to quarter number 2 on KBRV 800 The Bear. Soda Springs up 14-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard on your home for Cardinal Athletics.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Welcome back out to the second quarter of play. Soda Springs Cardinals trying to stop the MALAD Dragons, but they can't on that play as Hayden Dane completes a pass to the near side for a 10-yard completion. Another set of downs for the MALAD Dragons. He finds Cody Weeks on the play, and Dane so far is 3 for 3 passing the football against the Soda Springs Cardinals right now. Also being honored out there on the field are the wrestling program going into the Oneida Hall of Fame, as they are being honored on the near sideline here on homecoming night. Dane comes up to the line of scrimmage, comes under center as the sophomore surveys the defense. Blitz coming for the Cardinals as they show blitz. Thursteller switches to the right side. He'll come hard. Dane drops back. Plenty of protection. He'll step up, tucks the ball, and he's going to be able to gain 6 yards on the play. Logan Mumford, the one to get there and take him down. Dane 15 yards on the night so far, and he makes it a second down and 4 yards to go from about the 34-yard line in Soda Springs territory. The Cardinals defense trying to stiffen a little bit, as the officials again having some words with the linebacking core of the Cardinals, talking with Kyle Thursteller. As Dane again goes under center, drops back to pass, has one man coming. Riley Harris wraps him up but can't pull him down. The Cardinals defensive line, though, does finish the job, as it's Mason Smith, the other defensive end, coming in and wrapping him up for a 7-yard loss. The Cardinals defense bristling and making it a third down and 11 to go. With a 10-minute and 20-second clock winding down. And the Cardinals defense coming up with a big play, a swarming defensive line that was led by Riley Harris. Give him the credit, as he was able to break up the pocket almost immediately. He goes to the sideline for a break. Cardinals will line up again. They bring 5 on pressure. Dane forced out of the pocket to his left, throws the ball up. It's a short pass, but it's pulled in at the 16-yard line. A 25-yard gain for the MALAD Dragons. Call it 23 yards, as it's going to be marked at the 18-yard line by the officials. And again, coming up on the reception is Devin Wilson. A 23-yard gain. And Dane continues to have success. 53 yards through the air for the MALAD Dragons. 14-0 they lead. Under 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. Pitch out to Dreesen, goes to his left, and he gains about 3 yards on the play up to the 25-yard line of the Soda Springs Cardinals on his 5th carry of the night. 9 minutes, 23 seconds to go as the clock winds here in the second quarter of play. Cardinals up by 2, 14-0. 2 touchdowns, I should say, on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Right now, an update from Grace as they lead 20-14 over Shoshone at the end of the first quarter of play. We'll try and bring you updates from that game as we go. As the ball is going to be handed off this time, it's going to be Webster taking the ball up the gut. He gets to about the 9.5-yard line. He will be short of the first down on a gain of 5 yards. Only his second carry of the game. Kyle Dursteller and Jeremiah Hansen on the tackle for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Call it 3rd down and 2 to go officially. They need to get the ball to about the 8-yard line, as the clock still continues to move its way down. 8 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Ball on the far side hash mark inside the 10-yard line with the nose of the ball just about a foot past it. Dragons will see Dane under center. Takes the snap. Drops back. Looks to loft one to the end zone. He's got a man. Almost swatted away, but hauled in inside of the end zone by Cody Weeks. He pulls one in, and the Dragons strike onto the scoreboard on a 10-yard touchdown pass from Dane to Weeks. Fireworks shot off here on homecoming night for the Dragons. And the Dragons not out of it yet. They bow their backs. Extra point coming up, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. We'll see if the Dragons go for 2 or 1. As it looks like they are going to attempt to go for 2. They'll come out in an I formation, 2 wideouts to the right side. Dane takes the snap, hands this one off to Dreesen. He's stuffed up the middle, and the 2-point conversion is no good. Cardinals, they'll lead it by 8, 14-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. 8 minutes and 11 seconds left to go on your home for Cardinal Athletics. KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back out to the home of the MALAD Dragons on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. A good ball game between these two teams so far, 14-6. As the Soda Springs Cardinals continue to get the ball back.
That is a sign of solidarity for a member of our community. Remember the pep band, Walker Olson's dad, who has cancer.
And the Cardinals will get set to return this kickoff. Kickoff's being brought to you by Rainy Day Massage in Soda Springs. As Jake Rainey invites you to come and get yourself a 50-minute massage that includes Steaming Stones therapy for $15 off by simply mentioning that you heard this ad during this game. Call Jake at 435-703-0195 and begin feeling better today. It'll be Morrison and Stewart standing back inside the 10-yard line for the Cardinals to return this kick. That is going to be sent into the night air. I believe the number is 22 by Caden Bowman. And he will line up and sends one lining into the night, end over end. That's going to be stopped on the ground, picked up one-handed by Morrison, makes one man miss, and then is going to be forced down at the 25-yard line by several Dragons. And MALAD will send its defense back out onto the field of play. Soda Springs up 14-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard.
Ball at the 25-yard line.
And the Cardinals
8:04 left in the first half of play.
will look to try and keep the offensive success going. Back-to-back drives have punched their way into the end zone for Soda Springs. As they will come up to the line. One wide out, split to the right side of the formation. That's Morrison. 2 ends and a wide out or running back, and Nielsen behind the formation. They'll hand off to Stewart. Andrew has a hole around the right side. He's going to get to the edge and fights his way ahead to about the 45-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 44. It's a gain of 19 on the run for Stewart who is using his speed to get to the edges. He is one of the fastest people in the state of Idaho. When you look at the 100-yard dash, I believe he took third in that last year at the state championships. As one of the favorites in that event this year at the state championship. Shows off his speed there as he comes up and is split out to the right side this time. Mumford in the backfield takes a snap. He'll hand this one off to Nielsen, who cuts back into the middle of the formation, and he's going to go nowhere. He goes back about 2 yards to the 42-yard line. Nielsen could not find a hole on his third carry of the night, and the clock will wind at 7 minutes and 19 seconds to go. Second down and 12 with a 14-6 score for the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard in favor of the Cardinals. Cardinals fans on the far side have had plenty to cheer about so far in this game. Looking for a little bit more. They want to go back up by 2 scores against these Dragons. Mumford, Stewart behind him in the backfield. He'll take the snap, looks to the near side, slant route in front of Thomas Nielsen, who falls down. No flag comes out, though. I think looking for a whistle on a pass interference play from Dane, but he does not get it, and it just drops as an incomplete pass. Good call by the officials, I believe, and not throwing the flag on that one as the contact was more incidental than anything else. So 6:45 to go. Clock stopped. Still that 8-point edge for the Cardinals, but a third down and called a long 11 to go with the ball at about the 42.5-yard line, right in between the 2 white lines down the field. 4 wideouts to the right side, 1 to the left. Nobody in the backfield with Mumford. He'll take the snap, steps up into a pocket that collapses immediately. The quarterback draw goes for about 3 yards back to the 45-yard line, but immediately met by Cody Dreesen after a 3-yard gain, and makes it a 4th down and 9 to go for the Soda Springs Cardinals, as the running game continues to have problems against the defensive front being put together by the MALAD Dragons. They've carried the ball now 11 times for 21 yards, averaging just less than 2 yards a play. They'll be forced to punt here with 6 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the second quarter of play. Justin Morrison back to kick this one away. Sends a high kick into the night air. That's going to kick at about the 15 and bounces out of bounds at the 10-yard line. And the Soda Springs Cardinals will get themselves good field position for the defense to run back out onto the field as they put the ball back at the 10. No flags out, which means they'll sit right there. And the 47-yard punt will give the Dragons the football back with 90 yards of green grass in front of them here on their home field. It's homecoming night for the Dragons, and it's been a good game to this point so far for the Dragons. The passing game, which is a shock to me, has been what has led the way for them so far, as they have 63 yards passing through the air. That to only 35 yards, or 33 yards, on the ground. Dane from the shotgun takes the snap, drops back to pass. Pressure flushes him out. He's got a man in his face. That's Housley. Throws a pass up, almost intercepted by Morrison. He was being hounded from the back by Dale Langston, and Morrison is down as he was pulled down by the back of his jersey as he was trying to pull the pass in. And Soda Springs will come just shy of picking that one away for the first incompletion of Hayden Dane on the night. Clock stops at 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go. 14-6 still your score as the Cardinals lead by 8. Longest they've held a lead so far this season. As into the second quarter, the latest in the game, I should say, they've held a lead so far this season. They got their first lead of the season against Westside last week as they continue to look to build on that matchup, build on the small improvements they've made. As Dane in the shotgun again takes the snap. He's going to throw it to the near side, and Webster is going to go down after a gain of about a yard on the screen play.
Met by Logan Mumford.
And Webster, on his first completion, is taken down by Logan Mumford and Hunter Bybee, as the Cardinals not biting down on the screen play. Dragons need the 20-yard line. And the ball sits at about the 11.
Down the concession stand, they have meatball sandwiches down here for sale.
Dane comes jogging back onto the field with the play. And a timeout is going to be taken as well by the MALAD Dragons. We'll take a timeout with them back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Good game going on here with 14-6 your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. If you're in Caribou County right now, Friday Night Lights is going on in Grace as they are having some football as well as honoring veterans from Caribou County. If you head out there, they have a giant flag. They had a pregame ceremony as well, and they want to thank the City of Soda Springs and the NCSG Crane and Heavy Haul Company for providing the spectacular view to those honoring or who they are honoring tonight, as they have a giant flag held over the field at Grace High School. After a quarter of play, that score was 20-14 in favor of the Grizzlies. Back here again, 14-6. Cardinals on defense are going to make a sack in the backfield, as able to drop down Dane on the play is Taylor Adams. It's a 5-yard loss, and Dane again goes backwards.
Fourth down and 14.
And it's 4th and 14 coming up. 3 yards on the night for Dane, and he's gone backwards on his last two. He had gotten up to 15, and he's gone -12 on his last two plays. The Dragons from inside their own 10 will have to punt the ball away. Ball at the 6-yard line, standing in the end zone is Caden Bowman. High kick, not a very good kick at all, and that is going to bounce back towards the Dragons' end zone, and it'll be downed at about the 22-yard line. That's where Soda Springs will pick up on offense. Fantastic field position. And Soda Springs will look to try and get into the red zone with only a 2-yard play. Ball on the near side hash mark is where it'll be marked, and their offense will look to get back into motion and into rhythm. As the Dragons, defensive front of 4. It's been good against the run so far for the Cardinals. It's been the outside, and it's been the defensive backs that have been burned a couple of times. Mumford comes up in that shotgun formation. Stewart stands behind him. Morrison to the right side. Everybody else tucked into the formation tight. It'll be a handoff to Stewart. Big hole over to the right side. Good blocking. Morrison makes a huge hole with a fantastic block that brings Stewart all the way up to about the 3-yard line. Another 19-yard gain for Andrew Stewart. He's got 33 yards on the night, and the Cardinals have 1st and goal from inside the 5. Fantastic blocking on the play down the field. Justin Morrison, the one who really sprung it loose with his block of the defensive back, but gives some credit to the Big Uglies up on the line as well, as they really held their blocks long enough to open up a Mack truck hole that Stewart was able to pretty much walk through behind the pulling guard. Ball at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for the Cardinals, trying to punch it in here. Mumford joined with Stewart behind him in the backfield. Again, that bunched formation. Morrison to the right side. His handoff goes once again to Stewart. Exact same play through the gut, and this time, instead of going up the middle, Stewart runs up the left side of the formation and is able to duck his way in for a 3-yard touchdown, as Soda Springs extends their lead to 20-6. Back up by 14 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard with 3 minutes and 58 seconds to go.
3:58 left, first half.
Soda Springs looking very good right now, as Morgan Steele will come out to try and attempt the extra point. He's 2 for 2 so far tonight. Yet to miss one. As he will line up, Morrison once again the holder. Extra points brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, as the snap is good, hold good, kick is up and no good.
Kick is no good.
And the Cardinals will have to settle with a 20-6 lead, still up by 14 over the MALAD Dragons. And we head to another break. We'll come back with your kickoff coming up after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
When you're 15 and pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. you're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him, but you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption.
For more information, go to ichooseadoption.org.
I'm Miranda and I chose adoption.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the MALAD Dragons, where the Soda Springs Cardinals lead 20-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. We have score updates from across the county. As over in Grace again, after a quarter of play, it was 20-14. Hopefully we'll have another update from that game. Also, the North Gem Cowboys were in action as they were able to take down Clark County 26-20. They're 4-1. They were the number 5 team in the state coming into this weekend, and look to move up as they move to 4-1 on the season. They're only lost to Raft River. 3:58 to go here. It's Morrison to kick the ball away, end-over-end kick that is going to sail into Webster's hands, picked up at the 19-yard line. He's going to try and pick his way forward, runs over his own man before falling down at the 37-yard line, and that is where the MALAD Dragons will pick up and look to get an answer back to the Cardinals' score. That kickoff was brought to you by Jake Rainey of Rainy Day Massage in Soda Springs, where right now you can get $15 off of a 50-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy, simply by mentioning that you heard this ad during this broadcast. Call Jake at 435-703-0195 and begin feeling better today. Dragons will come up in that same two-back formation. One on either side of the quarterback, about 5 yards behind him as Dane drops back, looks to pass, throws one up, a soft pass, and he's got a man complete across the Cardinals' 40-yard line, down to the 36-yard line. They'll mark it at the 37 officially. It's Wilson on the catch. A flag comes out late in the backfield.
First and 10 Dragons from the
and this looks to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Dragons this time. And I believe that is going to be on Webster, who pounded the ball down after he got up.
Like maybe offsetting penalties.
And this one is going to march the ball back to the 35-yard line. So we'll hold off and make sure we see everything that's going on here. It might be offsetting penalties. And instead, it looks like actually it's going to march the Dragons back as they're looking to take them down the field. Chains had already moved. They're sitting up at the 37-yard line waiting to know what's going on. The flag came all the way back near the original line of scrimmage. And the officials huddling together to make sure they get this right. As it stands right now, it's a 26-yard gain on the pass. And neither team sure where to line up. It does look like this one is going to be marched off against the Dragons, though, and could cost them that first down that they just gained. 3:46 to go here, 20-6 your lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And the Dragons still huddled up on their side. Keep it tuned here for the halftime show being brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance, as they carry Amana, Maytag, Speed Queen, and all of the major brands of appliances, as well as Lazy Boy Furniture. Come to Sanders in Soda Springs, where they can help you make your house a home. We'll have updates again from all those. Look ahead at what's going to be coming up here. Standout student, as well as final stats from the first half of play, which has been a competitive first half for both teams, 20-6. Neither team really taking control of this game, but the Cardinals have had the majority of success in this game so far.
Replay first down on the penalty.
5 up to the line of scrimmage for the Dragons. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right, 2 backs in the backfield behind Dane. He'll take the snap, drops back. Good blocking. Now he's flushed from the pocket to his left as Mumford can't track him down. Throw is a wobbly one, pulled in on the play, and taking it all the way up ahead to the 42-yard line from the 30 is number 27 of the Dragons, Hayden Ward, on his first reception of the night. And that play goes as a 28-yard gain, but another flag is out on the field. So chains not moving quite yet. 28-yard gain. And it is a block in the back against the Dragons. And that is going to be another costly penalty for the MALAD Dragons, as that one took place in order to free their quarterback around. And we'll see where this one gets marched all the way back to.
So it'll be loss of down.
Loss of down.
And it'll be 3rd down and 10.
And they will march the ball back on the block in the back, which is a spot penalty to the 12-yard line. So it's an 18-yard penalty against the MALAD Dragons on that play. And while they only have 23 yards of penalties so far, it'll be 2nd down and 28 yards to go. Long distance after the spot foul. And Soda Springs will have plenty of room to work with in front of their defensive backs. They're going to put Nathan Lau back into the game for the Cardinals. He comes up, was not able to get set, and gets a running start. Pass is thrown into the middle of 4 Cardinals. I think they were trying to get the ball to Hayden Ward once again on the left side of their own formation. And it drops harmlessly to the turf. 3:28 to go still here in the second quarter of play. It seems like it's been a lot longer than that. And it brings up 2nd down and 28 once again to go.
For a Mackenzie Higley. Up here.
Dane comes over to his coach to get the play call. Now jogs back over to the huddle. Both of these two teams have struggled throughout this season so far. 0-5 coming into this matchup. And both teams are coming off of big losses last week. One to Westside and one to Aberdeen. Both looking to bounce back. Dragons will come out again with those 2 wideouts to the right side of the formation this time as Dane looks to that direction. He's flushed from the pocket, pulled down, and not able to escape the vice grip on his jersey held onto by Mason Smith as he is able to keep Dane from getting out of the pocket for a 3-yard loss. And makes it now 3rd down and a very, very long
on the tackle for the Cardinals.
29 yards to go.
About 29.
Clock winds to under 3 minutes left. And the Cardinals defensive backs they're going to put Nielsen all the way back to about the 35-yard line. 5 yards in front of where the Dragons need to get a 1st down, as he is the safety valve for the Soda Springs Cardinals, floating in between the 30 and the 35. They'll split 2 out to the left side. Again, Dane to handoff this time. It is going to go for a loss as the Cardinals brought heavy pressure. It's a 2-yard loss on the play, and on the carry, it was Dreesen.
And up the middle, it goes nowhere. Be 4th down.
Makes it 4th down and a mile. And the Dragons will look to punt the ball away once again. Going back out to punt is Caden Bowman.
Anthony Caballero.
And Bowman again standing in his own end zone for the 2nd time in a row. Snap is a good one. Pressure comes, but not quickly, and the ball is going to be end over end, bouncing at about the 40-yard line and rolling up ahead to the 48 of the Cardinals, but it was touched on the play early by Dylan Hunt. And the Cardinals will get the ball at their own 45 after it was touched and downed by this Dragons special teams unit. Cardinals winning the special teams battle. They're winning the offensive battle as well. Score 20-6 still on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, with a minute and 51 left for the Cardinals to try and strike here in the second quarter of play, as they look to continue to add to their point total. We'll break the huddle. 1 wide out to the right side. That's Case Griffiths. Inside of him, I believe Riley Harris, as he'll come tight to the formation. That is Kyle Dursteller. Snap goes to Mumford. It's going to be a handoff to Stewart, who bounces through a couple of tackles before being taken down after a 3-yard gain on the play. He's up to 39 yards on the night. Hiram Webb on the tackle. 8 carries for 39 yards for Andrew Stewart. He's got a pair of 19-yard gains as well. And they'll call it a 2nd down and a long 7 or a short 8 from the 42, 43-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield with Mumford. Cardinals trying to eat up some of this clock now, not giving the Dragons any time as Mumford takes a snap himself. He plows into a pile of Dragons and gets ahead for about a 2-yard carry up to the 40-yard line on his 4th carry of the night. And the Soda Springs Cardinals will take a timeout with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. They lead right now 20-6.
Be 3rd down and 5 for the Cardinals after the timeout.
3rd and 5 coming up. A timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of September 29th through October 5th. It's harvest time, and fruits and veggies are on sale all throughout Lalaton's. Red cluster tomatoes are just 99 cents a pound. Large Fuji apples are 89 cents a pound, and iceberg lettuce heads are 89 cents each. 2-pound packages of seedless grapes are just $3.99 each. Grab yourself some fresh pumpkins, 4 pounds for $1. And fall varieties of squash are just 39 cents a pound. It's harvest time, and those are some of your food specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the MALAD Dragons. Both sides break the timeout huddles with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go in the second quarter of play here on homecoming night in MALAD. Cardinals will send Mumford into the backfield, 2 wideouts to each side. As Mumford takes a snap. He drops back, looks to his right, screen pass caught by Stewart. He's got enough room to get the first down, cuts back inside the numbers and is taken down at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10 on the pass play. The screen play has worked really well for the Cardinals tonight so far as the defensive backs have been taken down the field by the Cardinals wide receivers, and the offensive line has been letting people through. And Soda Springs has gone for 130 yards through the air. Will come up with 50 seconds and counting to go. Mumford with quads to his right in a diamond formation. He'll take the snap, drop back, looks to his left. He's going to send a wobbly pass that's right into the hands of one of the Dragons. Sprinting up the field, directing some blocking is DJ Evans, and he takes it back to the 46-yard line. Mumford, the only Cardinal able to get back and make the tackle as he was able to slip some blockers, but it is a huge momentum turn back into the favor of the MALAD Dragons. And with 35 seconds left to go, they are 45 yards away from pay dirt after a big mistake by the Cardinals on a badly underthrown ball by Logan Mumford. It was a duck in the air, intercepted again by DJ Evans. First interception of the night for the Cardinals, 3rd on the season for Mumford. As the Dragons will send 2 wideouts split out from the formation, 2 backs and a shotgun look for Dane. Drops back, quick pass over the middle, outside of the reach on the far side of the field. Trying to pull that one down is Devin Wilson, and it brings up 2nd down and 10 with 31 seconds left to go. 20-6, the Cardinals still up on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard here late in quarter number 2. Neither team, again, able to really put the other one away. The Cardinals have had some opportunities to. They've scored 3 touchdowns so far on the game, but a couple of mistakes have cost them, and the interception being the biggest one so far on the night. It has been the best game played by the Cardinals to date, though. Dane in the backfield, takes a snap in the shotgun. 2nd and 10, looks around, rolls to his right, plenty of time, now gets a bit of pressure, throws up a wobbly duck himself, and unable to pull in the interception. On the other side is Andrew Stewart, and it goes as an incomplete attempt. And Dane goes 0 for 2 on his last 2. He's gone 1 for 5 in his last 5 attempts after starting the night perfect, 5 for 5. 64 yards on 6 of 10 attempts. 22 seconds to go. Dragons with a 3rd and 10, at the 45-yard line, near side hash mark. 2 wideouts to each side, or the right side, 1 to the left side. 2 backs around Dreesen. He'll take the snap. Pressure comes, rolls out to his left. He can run for the first if he wanted to. Instead, he's going to throw this one deep down the field. Has a man and goes off of the back of a Cardinal. I believe Andrew Stewart, the man who got down there in time to bat it away from Hayden Ward and keep it from going as a completed pass. And it brings up 4th down and 10 now with 14 seconds to go. And you would assume the Dragons would go for it here to try and keep this going. Ball set with the nose at the 45-yard line. And the Dragons huddle up once again. Dane getting the advice from his head coach.
Once again, I have a student ID card for Mackenzie Higley up in the announce booth.
And the Dragons will come up, 5 on the offensive line, 2 split out to the left side. Dane again drops back to pass. Long pass down the middle. This one is almost picked off by Thomas Nielsen. Drops to the turf, though. And another incompletion. 4 straight incomplete passes. And the Cardinals offense will take over onto the field.
7 seconds left in the first half.
7 seconds left to go. And the Cardinals will see if they just run out the clock. They will get the ball coming out of the second half of play. All they need is 1 play to go here. Most likely the last play here of quarter number 2 with halftime looming. Stewart in an I formation. Looks like the Cardinals will just kneel this one down. Mumford behind the line of scrimmage. And he will take the knee quickly. 20-6 your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as we head to the second half of play. It's halftime on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Back after this with your halftime show, brought to you by Sanders Furniture on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out to the home of the MALAD Dragons, where the Soda Springs Cardinals lead right now by a score of 20-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Halftime entertainment on the field at this point in time as we have an extended halftime show as it is homecoming. 20 minutes to go, and we look into our halftime numbers from the first half of play for the MALAD Dragons, as the MALAD Dragons only able to put 6 points up onto the board. That came on a touchdown in the second quarter on a 10-yard pass from Hayden Dane to Cody Weeks. That was a quick play. Cardinals were unable to slow things down as they ended up giving up a quick scoring drive on that as well. It is the only 6 points the Dragons have been able to score so far tonight to this point in time. They have been led by Hayden Dane in the passing game, 6 for 12 for 64 yards and a touchdown, but he has not been able to complete his last 5. In fact, he's 1 for 7 in his last 7 passing attempts. He does have a touchdown on the night in that passing play. Rushing-wise, the Dragons have found very limited success, 23 total yards in the rushing game. They are being led on the night by Colby Dreesen, who has 6 rushes for 14 yards, 2 rushes for 9 yards for Hiram Webster, and 7 rushes for 0 yards for Hayden Dane. Receiving-wise, it has been Devin Wilson to lead the way, 3 receptions for 43 yards. 2 receptions on the night for Cody Weeks. He's got 20 yards and a touchdown. And also on 1 reception, Hiram Webster has pulled in a pass for 1 yard. That was a screen play earlier on. 2 penalties on the Dragons that have cost them in yards. That's 23 yards on those 2 penalties. And again, only the 1 touchdown that they have scored. As far as the Soda Springs Cardinals are concerned, they struck first, but it wasn't till late in the first quarter of play. An 85-yard screen play to Andrew Stewart from Logan Mumford went all the way to the house. Stewart got great blocking in front of him. The PAT from Morgan Steele was good to give the Cardinals a 7-0 lead. A 6-yard run from Stewart late in the first quarter of play with 20 seconds left to go would give them a 14-0 lead after another completed pass from Morgan Steele. That again made it 14-0. Soda Springs on top. Then the Dragons would strike for their score, and after the halfway point of the second quarter, with 3:58 left to go, Andrew Stewart would again take the ball in from 3 yards out for his second touchdown run of the night and his 3rd touchdown overall of the night, and it made it a 20-6 score for the Soda Springs Cardinals on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Andrew Stewart took both carries on that drive, which went 22 yards from the 22-yard line of the Dragons to punch that one in and help the Cardinals out to the lead that they have at this time. And that's where it sits, 20-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Logan Mumford has not had a great game through the air, but he has completed 4 of 11 passes for 130 yards so far on the night. Rushing-wise, it has been Andrew Stewart carrying the ball 8 times for 39 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mumford's run it 4 times for 9 yards, and Nielsen has carried it 3 times for 0 yards on the night. 1 interception and 1 touchdown for Mumford as well in the passing game. Receiving-wise, Justin Morrison, 1 reception for 8 yards. Thomas Nielsen with 1 reception for 27 yards, and it was a 2 completion evening so far in the first half of play for Andrew Stewart. 2 receptions for 95 yards and a touchdown. Those are your numbers after the first half of play. We have about 14.5 minutes left to go here in the halftime entertainment exception as the Cardinals huddled up over on the far left corner of the end zone, talking things over. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our standout student coming up for you on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of September 29th through October 5th. It's harvest time, and fruits and veggies are on sale all throughout Lalaton's. Red cluster tomatoes are just 99 cents a pound. Large Fuji apples are 89 cents a pound, and iceberg lettuce heads are 89 cents each. 2-pound packages of seedless grapes are just $3.99 each. Grab yourself some fresh pumpkins, 4 pounds for $1. And fall varieties of squash are just 39 cents a pound. It's harvest time, and those are some of your food specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the MALAD Dragons. Entertainment over. They're now bringing in the homecoming royalty, as it is again homecoming night for the MALAD Dragons, and a convertible on the far side of the field bringing the royalty onto the field, as they will make their way to the middle of the field. 3 Dragon football players standing with clusters of flowers in their hands. The 2 that I can see are Chet Potter, who is a senior, as well as Darren Tapp, who is a sophomore. And we will continue on here with our halftime show. 11 minutes and 24 seconds to go. We can sit down now with our standout student. We always take the time to try and highlight some of the students who are doing great things at Soda Springs High School when it comes to in-the-classroom work. It's not all about athletics. This time it does happen to be an athlete who's a basketball player, and that is Ridge Thompson, as he is in his senior year at Soda Springs High School. We had a chance to sit down and talk with him about what his senior year has been like, and we will come back with his interview right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at MyLocalRadio.com.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Ridge Thompson, another senior from the Soda Springs class of 2017. And Ridge, for starters, what's it like to actually have the senior year here?
It's always way fun. I mean, I don't have very hard classes right now, so that makes it even funner.
When you think about the senior year, what's the difference between this year and the junior year, or even this year and some of the younger years?
This year you really have to focus because you actually have to graduate. You want to get out of here and get a better job and stuff.
Let's talk about some of the classes that you're in. You said it has a little bit of an easier workload this year. What are some of those classes that you're taking?
Ag Fab and art, classes like that, just mostly hands-on classes.
What makes you get into the hands-on stuff? Is that just something that keeps you a little bit more interested in the class, where you're actually working with something?
Yeah, I anything that with my hands I like to do better than actually sitting down and learning Ag Fab activities and stuff.
If you had a class that you could really just sit down in all day long, what would that class be?
Probably, I don't know, Ag Fab probably.
When you think about teachers always make a big difference in what classes you enjoy and what you enjoy doing. Who are some of your favorite teachers here at the school?
I like Miss Jones. She keeps it fun just because she's always happy and she never gets mad at you and stuff like that.
Are there any things that you look for in a teacher specifically when you walk into the room? I mean, obviously a fun teacher who's a little bit laid back, but are there any other qualities that you look for?
Patience. Patience is a really good one.
Let's talk a little bit about other things that you do outside of school. You're on the basketball team as well. What made you decide to do basketball, and what are you looking forward to about this year's team?
I looked forward to do basketball just because of the work. I don't know, it gives me something to do, something to play for.
We'll wrap it up with a couple more questions for you, Ridge. The first one is senior project is coming up as well. You said the course load's a little bit easier, but senior project, that gives you a little bit more time to work on that. What are you going to be doing this year?
I'm going to be building a gun with my grandpa. And so that's gonna take up most of my time.
What type of gun are you guys gonna be rebuilding?
I don't know yet. We're building a rifle. That's all I know so far. Still trying to figure it out.
What made you want to get into that? Just outdoors type or working with your hands again?
Well, my dad does it for a living, and so my grandpa's done it for a living, and so I just kind of wanted to do that too.
Talking about things that you want to do for a living, what's next for Ridge Thompson? Where are you going to be heading to after high school's over?
Right now I'm thinking about going to the electrician union in Pocatello, Idaho, and then just because it's close to home and it's just a good job for around here.
Definitely good for something to work with in your hands once again. We'll wrap it up with this, and that's when you think about Soda Springs High School, you think about the years that you've been here. What are some of the things that you're going to look back and remember fondly from this school? What are some of your favorite things about being a Cardinal?
Probably state trips. Those are always really fun. Anything with sports, I love.
Well, Ridge, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. Congratulations on being a standout student, and good luck to you through the rest of this year.
All right, thank you.
That was Ridge Thompson of the Soda Springs class of 2017 as the Soda Springs Cardinals football team out there getting warmed up. Royalty being introduced, 3 football players alongside the Duchess, the Princess, and the Queen of MALAD High School for this year. And with that, we'll take one more break. When we come back after this, 7 minutes and 31 seconds left to go, we'll give you some score updates as we have another update from the Grace football game that's going on over at Grace High School, as well as a look at what is going to be coming up tomorrow, as we'll have some more athletics coming over the air for you tomorrow as well. All that's coming up on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
When you're 15 and pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him, but you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption.
For more information, go to ichooseadoption.org.
I'm Miranda and I chose adoption.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the MALAD Dragons. The Soda Springs Cardinals trying to spoil homecoming for the Dragons. They've done a good job of it so far, up 20-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, looking for their first victory of the season. And I've heard a rumor that if the Cardinals score 5 touchdowns tonight, then the entire team is going to be treated to burgers by one of the coaches on the far sideline. So there's a little bit of extra incentive, but you would hope that they wouldn't necessarily need that incentive in order to come away with some wins. And so far, the Cardinals have put together a fantastic offensive night as they have gained themselves almost 200 yards so far, a total of 178 yards on the ground. I said that we had a couple of scoring updates for you. If you haven't heard yet, the North Gem Cowboys able to come away with a 26-20 win on the road at Clark County as they take some revenge for last year's homecoming upset by Clark County against the North Gem Cowboys. And for the Grace Grizzlies, who are taking on Shoshone, They are up 50-20. That game was 20-14. At the end of the first quarter, the Grace Grizzlies put up 30 points on Shoshone while only giving up 6, and completely have taken control of that matchup as they look to try and get some good play for some of their younger JV kids in the second half of that matchup. Running clock should be starting down there at some point in time as well. Here once again, the score 20-6, and as far as your keys to the game for the Soda Springs Cardinals, your defensive backs have to play better. That has been the one place where the MALAD Dragons have been able to find some sort of offensive success, as right now their quarterback has gone 6 of 12. His last few throws have not necessarily been there, but part of that has been drops, and part of that has been penalties that have taken away a couple of their big plays that have been able to help them move forward down the field, and instead have marched them back down the field towards their own side. So the Cardinals secondary has to continue to improve if they want to come up with a stop. The other big thing for the Soda Springs Cardinals is you have to find a way to get your run game going once again. Yes, you've gained 48 yards, but that's come on 15 carries. You'd like to see a little bit better production than 2.5 yards per carry in the first half of play. So the Cardinals do have some things to work on. You can't sit back on a 20-6 lead, because in high school football, that can disappear in a heartbeat. And for the Soda Springs Cardinals, they know that all too well after watching the Westside Pirates put up 50 points on them in a lightning quick time period in their game last week. And also they watched as the West Jefferson Panthers earlier this year put 35 points up on them in a single half of football. So the Cardinals, up 20-6, will try and keep themselves in front, build on that lead, and get themselves a victory here tonight at the home of the MALAD Dragons. We appreciate you sticking out here and joining us, as if whether you're listening online at mylocalradio.com, or whether you're watching on or launching online at mylocalradio.com, or listening over the airways on 800 KBRV The Bear, or on 106.3, or on 92.7. It's a pleasure to have you joining me here at the top of the press box from MALAD High School. And I mentioned we'd give you a look at what's coming up next. We'll be right back here tomorrow. The Soda Springs volleyball team did not have their best of performances last night against the MALAD Dragons, but they're still 9-4 on the season, and they are the number 5 team in 2A volleyball so far this year. Their only losses have come to MALAD, Butte County, and a shocking upset that was spoiled by Bear Lake as they lost in 5 sets to the Bear Lake Bears. Soda Springs, though, the number 5 volleyball team in the state of Idaho, and they'll be looking to take control and move up in those standings at the MALAD volleyball tournament on Saturday. They'll take on Marsh Valley, Nampa Christian, who is another one of the top teams in the state, and Westside in the opening round of pool play will be here with games starting at about 9 o'clock for the Soda Springs Cardinals on the varsity side. Back here, kickoff set to come your way as it's Justin Morrison set to kick this one away. Right to left, the two sides trade positions. Morrison runs up and will spin a kick to the far side, and that bounces out of bounds. And the MALAD Dragons will get to start things off at the 35-yard line in their first possession of half number 2. That kickoff was brought to you by Rainy Day Massage, where you can specialize in shiatsu, Swedish reflexology, trigger point, and sports injury massage. Call Jake at 435-703-0195 and begin feeling better today. Also, if you mention this ad, you can get $15 off of a 50-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy. Your halftime show, forgot to mention this once again, was brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance in Soda Springs. At Sanders Furniture and Appliance, they carry Amana, Maytag, Speed Queen, and all the major brands of appliances, as well as Lazy Boy Furniture. Come to Sanders Furniture in Soda Springs, where they can help you make your house a home. 11:59 on the big scoreboard to our right, and a 20-6 score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. As dropping back, Dreesen will hand this ball off up the gut, or Dreesen will take the ball up the gut, rather, for a gain of about 6 yards to the 41-yard line. As the Dragons look to try and get back to that ground and pound strategy. That is what Coach Dreesen loves. And it's 2nd down and 4 for the MALAD Dragons. 20 yards on the night for Dreesen on 7 carries. He has had a slow night, but part of that has been a poor push up front by the MALAD offensive line. The Soda Springs line will look to bring 5 once again. And on the outside, a delayed blitz by Taylor Adams. It's a carry up the middle by Dreesen. He hauls Kyle Dursteller on his back all the way up to the 46-yard line. That is a gain on the play of about 6 yards again, and gives him 26 and gives a first down to the MALAD Dragons with 11 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Cards up by 14 points on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Black uniforms, black helmets with an orange dragon crest on the right side of the helmets. Numbers on the left for the MALAD Dragons. Snap goes to Dane. He hands this one off, but no coverage in the backfield by the offensive line of the Dragons, and the Cardinals get there quickly, and they wrap up the ball carrier. Coming up with the ball, I believe, is Hayden Ward as he comes off of the field after his first carry of the game. That goes nowhere for a loss of 2. Clock continues to wind. 10 minutes and 33 seconds to go. The Cardinals still with that 14-point edge. Ball with the nose touching the 45-yard line. Dragons will come out. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right, 2 backs behind Dane in the backfield behind him. Split out. Dane drops back to pass. He'll throw this one over the head of several receivers. A flag comes out at the line of scrimmage. Ball will be tracked down by one of the officials. This one in the area of holding.
3rd down and 12.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 before the penalty, and it's going to be an illegal man downfield. That's going to cost the Dragons at least 5 yards, I believe, and I'm not sure if this is a loss of down or not, as the ball will be spotted at the 40-yard line. We'll see if this is 2nd down or 3rd down. And it looks like it will remain 2nd down at the moment. So it'll be 2nd down and call it 17 yards to go
17 for the Dragons.
on what is the Dragons' 3rd penalty of the night. 3 penalties for 28 yards. Both teams have played fairly clean football so far with 10:14 left to go here. In quarter number 3, Dane drops back to pass, throws one over the middle. That falls incomplete as well. And a flag for a late hit as being pushed down to the ground in the backfield is Dakota Bybee. Hitting him in the backfield is Hiram Webster. And if this is against the Dragons, that's going to be a terrible, terrible penalty, as that was well after the play, and it was well after the play. And that is going to be a penalty on the Dragons, and that will march them back 15 more yards for the personal foul, spotting the ball back at the 25-yard line. Penalties, normally the bane of the Cardinals' existence, costing the Dragons big there. They now once again have a 2nd down and 31 yards to go. They will line up and almost are forced to go to the air. 2nd down and a mile. It'll be Dane to take the ball, runs to his left. He's going to tuck this one, tries to skip past the Cardinal, and falls forward after a gain of 5 yards. It does cut into the down and distance, but it makes it 3rd down and 26 officially to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Cardinals up 20-6, clock under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Checking out of the game is Cody Weeks for the Dragons. Back into the game for the Dragons is Hayden Ward. Dragons bunch formation, 2 wideouts to the left. Dane drops back to pass, good time to throw, and this one well over the head of the intended receiver, and a flag comes out. The ball was going to Dale Langston. A flag comes out in the backfield in the area of pass interference. And I believe that is what this one is going to be called. And we'll see where this moves the ball to, as that is a spot foul that will make it 3rd down. Or will this be a 1st down? It will still be 3rd down, and call it 12 to go after a penalty on the Cardinals.
45-yard line.
3rd down, 12 yards to go.
3rd down. Okay, just 15-yard penalty.
And a 15-yard penalty against the Cardinals as the ball will be snapped. Hodge pass over the middle, and that one goes incomplete, being pile driven into the ground is Weeks, and it goes as an incomplete pass once again for the Dragons. And it brings up a 4th down and 12. And another flag comes out, and this one over on the sideline, and this one could be against the Dragons coaching staff. As that went high into the air, a little extra throw on that one from the official. Make sure his point was no, and that's a sideline infraction. See if that's a warning or they actually march yardage off, and I believe that will just be the warning, the first one against the Dragons, and it will keep it at a 4th down and 12. We'll see if the Dragons decide to go for it or just punt this one away.
4th and 12.
And they will punt the ball away. As back to punt this one through is Caden Bowman. High snap, good snap. And the ball is high in the air, down the field, kicks at the 30, rolls inside the 20, towards the 15, and down at the 15-yard line. It's a punt officially of 40 yards on the play. A fantastic special teams play, and the Soda Springs Cardinals will take over at their own 15-yard line and see if they can get the offense working once again. As they lead 20-14. On the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, 9 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Cardinals offense looking to build on that lead, as it's already the biggest lead they've had on the season. Looking to try and extend that out and have one of the best offensive games they've had on the year as well. Especially by putting points onto the board. They were able to gain over 200 yards of offense at American Falls. We'll see if they can eclipse that. First offensive play, one wide out to the right side. That's Morrison. Flags fly at the 15-yard line. And we'll see if this is on the defense or on the Cardinals for a false start. That's an encroachment penalty against the Dragons, and it will move the ball 5 yards further. 1st down and 5 coming up for the Soda Springs Cardinals. 3 penalties on the Dragons already here in quarter number 3, and we haven't even played 3 minutes. Those penalties have cost them 25 yards. Cardinals left 1st down and 5 from their own 20-yard line. As the Dragons coaching staff out on the field talking things over, and not talking things over, more shouting things over to the officials, and the head official is going to come over and have a quick word with the head line judge and the head coach of the MALAD Dragons. Not sure what the consternation is about. Soda Springs on defense, already coming up with a big stop. We've talked about that being one of the big keys to the game for them in our Sanders Furniture halftime show. And right now, still talking things over with the officials, and now the line judge and the head official will go talk things over at about the 18-yard line outside the numbers. As they nod their heads in agreement on something. The MALAD coaching staff absolutely fed up, hands on their hips for both the head coach and the assistant coach right now. So it'll be 1st down and 20 once it's all said and done. And the snap will go to Mumford. He hands off to Stewart to his right. He's going to get around the corner. He's got Reen in front of him and cuts back inside before being pushed out of bounds at the 31-yard line. And another flag comes out. This one will most likely, it looks like, be a late hit on the MALAD Dragons. The ball spotted at the 32-yard line, and that is a gain of 12 for Stewart. And we'll see what gets tacked on with the penalty.
30 rather.
And it is going to be against the MALAD Dragons, and I believe it's a sideline penalty for a late hit. And another 15-yard penalty for the personal foul. The MALAD Dragons absolutely destroying themselves right now with penalties. 4 of them for 40 yards, and it's 9 minutes and 8 seconds left to go. And again, the coach of the Dragons wants to talk things over as they take a timeout and discuss things with the officials. We'll take a timeout here as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of September 29th through October 5th. It's harvest time, and fruits and veggies are on sale all throughout Lalaton's. Red cluster tomatoes are just 99 cents a pound. Large Fuji apples are 89 cents a pound, and iceberg lettuce heads are 89 cents each. 2-pound packages of seedless grapes are just $3.99 each. Grab yourself some fresh pumpkins, 4 pounds for $1. And fall varieties of squash are just 39 cents a pound. It's harvest time, and those are some of your food specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the the MALAD Dragons. The Cardinals making it feel like home right now as they lead 20-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and a plethora of penalties coming from the MALAD Dragons, 4 of them in the first 2 minutes and 52 seconds of this second half of play. Cardinals will be gifted the first down at the 47-yard line due to those penalties. Still in the Cardinals side of the field as they come out of the timeout with a play called. Already up to the line of scrimmage. Mumford in the shotgun. Stewart behind him. Nielsen right behind the right tackle. And movement on the off-defensive line is jumping across the line of scrimmage there was number 51, I believe Connor McLean, going to be the one who is called for it. And it makes it 1st down and 5 after another penalty by the Dragons. This has been incredible. I don't think I've ever seen this many penalties in this short of a period of time. 45 yards the Dragons have cost themselves in literally less than 3 minutes. Same play call for the Cardinals, you'd assume, as this will be another handoff to Stewart up the gut, and he is stuffed on the right side of the formation after going off the right tackle. Does gain about 2 yards on the play. He's got 53 on the game. Junior Sua, one of the first people there to make the tackle for the MALAD Dragons. He's been heard from a lot so far, and it makes it 2nd down and about 3 yards to go. Cardinals need to get the ball to the 43-yard line, and sits about the 46.5. 8 minutes and 35 seconds. Clock winds, trips to the left side for Mumford, who stands in the shotgun. Stewart behind him. Takes the snap. Pitches out to Stewart on the near side. He's going to turn on the Jets. He tries to get to the corner. Gets to the corner. A stiff arm frees him out into the Dragons sideline. And another flag comes out on the sideline as Stewart had a man wrapped up around his ankle, and frustration's really starting to come to a head. It's about a 5-yard, 6-yard carry for Stewart to give him 59 now on the night, and I believe this will be another penalty against the Dragons for a unsportsmanlike conduct for wrapping up Stewart, and he just did not let go of his ankles. And the Dragons coaching staff is absolutely furious right now.
Flag on the play on the sideline.
But again, I have to agree with the officiating staff right now, and once you start seeing that, you are going to get an eye focused on you. And it is a personal foul against the Dragons. They're going to call a holding penalty against the Cardinals and a personal foul against the Dragons. So that may be a redo of the down. So we'll see if that stays 2nd down and 4. Or if they give the Cardinals the yardage and give them 1st and 10. They should be offsetting penalties. So they will march off 1, I believe, on the holding penalty, if I know the rules correctly. March off the holding penalty against the Cardinals from the spot of the foul, and then they will bring the ball forward 5 yards. So they actually do need to march off the yardage. They'll jog it back to the 43-yard line of the Cardinals, and then they will march off the 15 yards against the MALAD Dragons, which will put the ball pretty much where it would have been at the end of Andrew Stewart's run. His run will not count, but the penalty yardage will count against each team, as they are not offsetting penalties. But the Cardinals do get 1st down and 10 at the 42-yard line.
No idea what that was.
8 minutes and 23 seconds left to go. And the snap goes to Mumford. He'll hand this one off to Stewart, who is denied in the backfield. 3 Dragons popping up off of the pile. Rhett Daniels and Darren Tapp, as well as Taylor Evans, all there in the backfield for a loss of 4. That is the way that you send a message if you're the MALAD Dragons, as they put the Cardinals behind the chains with a 2nd down and 14 to go, needing to get to the 31-yard line to keep the drive alive. 7 minutes, 51 seconds, and winding. 20-6, the Cardinals lead by 14 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Mumford with 2 backs behind him in the backfield, in the shotgun, takes the snap. He'll pitch it out to the right side. Stewart again trying to get to the edge. Turns it up on the sidelines. Maybe is going to gain. And another flag on the far sideline. It's a gain of about 2 yards. If this is another late hit, then these officials have to do something in order to get this game under control, because right now this is turning ridiculous between these two teams. We'll see what this flag ends up going for. And if you're the Cardinals, why not keep running it to the sidelines? You keep getting the same penalty each time it's on the sideline, so keep going there. But on the same side for the officials, I don't know what you do. It is a personal foul. And the Cardinals applauding, so assuming it is a late hit out of bounds, and it will march another 15 yards against the MALAD Dragons. And that will put the ball all the way up to the 28-yard line, and ejected out of the game is number 1, Hiram Webster. So they do make one move in order to try and calm this one down. Webster heads to the sideline to try and cool himself down. And it's 1st and 10 Cardinals at the 28-yard line, after another 15-yard penalty on the Dragons. Remember, they only had 2 penalties in the first half of play for 23 yards. They've already gotten 4 personal foul penalties and 2 offsides penalties that have given them 70 yards in penalties in the second half. Mumford in that pistol formation, one back behind him. Takes the snap, hands off to Morrison, who will run straight up the middle. He's got a gain of about 5 on the play. His first carry of the night. 7 minutes and 22 seconds to go here. Second down and 5 coming up for the Cardinals as the drive continues. And again, this drive has been aided immensely by the MALAD Dragons and the penalties that they have been cost. Clock still moves. Under 7 to play. 2nd down and 5 to go. Mumford in that pistol, takes the snap. Again, it's a handoff. Stewart in the backfield, wrapped up immediately, and he is going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll call it a loss of 1 on the play. He has carried the ball for 50 yards now on the night.
Still about 5.
On 13 carries. A good night. We also talked about it in the halftime show, brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance, about the fact that the Cardinals, they needed to get back to that run game, try and burn some of that clock down, keep yourselves moving forward. They've done just that. 3rd down and 6 to go from about the 25-yard line. Mumford drops back to pass. Another screen play. It doesn't work out. He's rolling to the near side, loses the ball. It's on the ground and picked up. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. The Cardinals recovered the ball anyways. Diving onto it was Jeremiah Hansen. It goes as an incomplete pass, though. Not sure that was the right call, as it looked like it was poked out from behind. But Soda Springs will retain possession. 4th down and 6 from the 25. 6 minutes and 7 seconds to go. Clock stopped on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. 26 the Cardinals lead in what has been a, let's just call it, interesting second half of play so far. And a timeout taken by the Soda Springs Cardinals. We'll take a timeout here with them, try and sort things out ourselves and figure out where we're at on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. It's 20-6 on your home for Cardinal Athletics, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out to the home of the MALAD Dragons. The two teams jogging back out onto the field with a 20-6 score in favor of the Soda Springs Cardinals here on homecoming night for the MALAD Dragons. Soda Springs up by 2 touchdowns as they come back out onto the field. 4th down and 6 to go. It'll be Mumford in the backfield. 3 to the left side. Overmatched there, only 2 backs over to that side. Mumford will go to the right side. He's going for Morrison, who dives. Does he pull it in? Yes! And a touchdown for the Cardinals on a diving reception by Justin Morrison. Soda Springs with their longest touchdown pass that is not a screen on Morrison's second reception of the season. A laid out catch on the goal line, and he takes it in for 6. A 25-yard completion on the pass and catch, and Soda Springs goes up by 3 touchdowns, 26-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Morrison laying out to pull that one in. And with 5 minutes and 59 seconds to go, the extra point brought to you by Bear Lake Drug will be attempted by Morgan Steele as he lines up. Kick is up, and it is no good off of the left upright and drops down to the dirt. But the Cardinals still get the score, 26-6. They lead by 20 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard with halfway to go in the third quarter of play. Back after this on your home for Cardinal Athletics, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online at mylocalradio.com.
Mama, come on. Say mama.
Listen, if I could talk, I'd tell you I'm almost 2 and still not responding. That's one sign of a communication disorder. And delaying treatment can affect my development.
Many parents aren't aware of the early signs of speech, language, and hearing disorders, yet early detection and treatment can improve quality of life.
Come on, say dada.
Ugh, here we go.
Identify the signs of communication disorders. IdentifyTheSigns.org.
Soda Springs on what has been maybe their best play of the night when it comes to athleticism sees Mumford hook up to Morrison for a 25-yard touchdown pass and catch. The PAT was missed, but they still lead this game 26-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard with 5 minutes and 59 seconds left to go as they will look to kick this one away. Kickoffs being brought to you by Rainy Day Massage, where you can get yourself $15 off a 50-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy. Morrison to kick this one away. High end-over-end kick pulled in at the 24-yard line, bringing it up the field and breaking through several tackles to the left side is number 7, Dale Langston. He is finally taken out by his counterpart, Justin Morrison, all the way down at the 20-yard line. And the Dragons answer right back with a special teams play that puts them deep in the Cardinals' territory on the edge of the red zone. We have another update coming from Grace as the middle of the third quarter, Shoshone calls the game with it 66-20. And the Grace Grizzlies get their 4th win of the season. They're 4-2 on the year, and that a big win as they prepare for Glens Ferry next week. 26-6, a 20-point edge for the Cardinals on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Dane will hand the ball off and a flag flies as the play is blown dead. This one looks like it's encroachment on the Cardinals this time. And it's a false start on the Dragons. Another penalty against the MALAD Dragons. That's their 10th of the game. And already 103 yards in penalties on the MALAD Dragons so far on 10 penalties. They'll come back up to the line of scrimmage. 5 minutes and 46 to go as the ball's handed off to Dreesen. He's stacked up at the 25, goes nowhere. They blow the play dead late, and he is able to move his way up ahead to about the 23-yard line for a gain of about 2 yards on the carry. So he's got 28 yards on the night on 9 carries. 5:21, clock continues to roll here. Dragon is trying to get back into the red zone. And they'll move up to the line of scrimmage once again. Hayden Dane under center. Split backs behind him. 3 wide receivers, drops back, looks to his left. He's going to tuck down, rolls out to his right as he's flushed out of the pocket. Defense is coming up towards him, throws it complete at the 15-yard line by Wilson. It's a gain on the play of about 8 yards, and the flag is going to be holding, I believe, on the Cardinals, if I'm correct, from where the ball is placed. Either that or it'll be offensive pass interference, but I doubt that. An 8-yard completion. It is holding on the Cardinals. That'll be a 10-yard penalty, and the Dragons will decline the penalty, as that is going to put them in about the same position. You'd rather get the yards for your player, although in this case it would have been a little bit more.
Dragons take the result of the play. Ball at the 15-yard line.
But Wilson
Just short at the 15. Second down and about
able to
6.
pull in his 4th pass of the night to get him to 51 yards through the air. 72 yards for the Dragons on the night.
2 minutes down to the north gate.
As with about 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes and 54 seconds, Dane takes the shotgun snap, hands this one off up the middle, and sprawling out to the 10-yard line on the carry up the gut is Sua, I believe, on his first carry of the night.
First down, Dragons. Tackled by
Goes for about a 6-yard gain on the play. Dragons threatening to get back into the end zone. 4:41 to go. As they huddle up. First down and 10. First down and goal from the 10. 4 minutes, 29 and counting. Clock winds. Dane takes the snap, drops back to pass. Good pressure against him, and he's wrapped up around the ankle and swarmed underneath 4 different Cardinals. His ankle bent back, but he comes up okay. But it's a loss on the play of about 8 yards back to the 18-yard line. Jeremiah Hansen, the main man there for the Cardinals. And it's a second down and goal to go from the 18-yard line. Big defensive play there for Soda Springs to force the Dragons back. And with 3 minutes and 53 seconds to go, Soda Springs will line up on defense. 5-man front with 3 linebackers, 3 defensive backs. They'll show blitz, do not come, drop back into zone. Dane throws the ball up into the air. It's going to be picked off by the Cardinals. Justin Morrison comes down with the INT at the 10-yard line, and Soda Springs comes up with another defensive stop on their first interception of the night. They've picked up a fumble already on the night, and Morrison, with his second big play of the night, gives the Cardinals the ball inside their own territory, inside their own goalposts, but they keep the MALAD Dragons off with a scoreboard 26-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. They lead by 20 and the opportunity to add more. They've already scored 4 touchdowns tonight so far. As they come up to the line of scrimmage, 2 wideouts to either side. Stewart to the left, Morrison to the right. Mumford alone in the backfield with Nielsen tucked up to the line of scrimmage. High snap through the hands, and that is going to roll to the back of the end zone. Mumford able to fall on it. It's a safety for the Dragons. A loss of 11 on the play, and the Cardinals will have to give the ball back to the Dragons on a punt coming up after the safety with 3 minutes and 30 seconds gives the Dragons fantastic field position. It's a loss of 11 for Mumford off of another bad snap. And the Dragons get back within 18 points now, 26-8 on the safety. And the Cardinals, as I said, will have to punt the ball away. The snapping game for the Cardinals has been atrocious this year. There have been at least 3 or 4 bad snaps every single game to this point in time, and that is something they need to get figured out. But they'll have to wait a little bit before their offense can go out and try and fix that problem. As with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go, it'll be a punt coming up. Andrew Stewart looks to be the one who's going to punt the ball away. It'll be at the 20-yard line that the Cardinals will punt it. The Dragons will move everybody up, and they have their 2 return men standing at about the 30-yard line. That's Weeks as well as Wilson, who stand at the 30. Standing at the 40 is Dale Langston. It'll be Stewart again to kick the ball away. Gets the whistle. And the kick is a line drive to the right side that bounces out of bounds at the 40. And we'll see where the Dragons get the ball that should be at the 40-yard line after the flag comes out.
Ball goes out of bounds.
And we'll see if the Dragons want this one to be re-kicked, as that is an option for them to do this time. And they are going to have the Cardinals re-kick this one away. As that one went to the right sideline. Dragons have had success in the return game. In fact, the first kickoff they received here in this quarter, which has seemed to drag on and on with 3:26 left to go, was all the way up to the 20-yard line on a return that went about 40 yards. It'll be another kick for the Cardinals, as Stewart will once more try to send this one down the field from the 15-yard line now as they move them back 5 yards. And the Dragons will look to try and get a good return up the field. So Stewart holds the ball. Officials place themselves once again. And the kick is this time a line drive that noses down, bounces into the hands of Weeks. He'll take this one up the right side, gets a seam. Flag comes out on the left side of the field. Weeks all the way up ahead to the 30-yard line. Late action going on down the field at around the 20-yard line. And a flag over at the 35-yard line on the left side of the field.
30-yard line of the Cardinals.
We'll see what this one is. If it's against the Dragons, it will be most likely a block in the back or a holding penalty. And they're going to say a face mask against the Dragons. And this one will march the Dragons back. It's a spot foul. See if this is 15 or 5-yard variety. And I believe this is just the 5-yard variety, and that is what it is. But MALAD will get the ball. 108 yards in penalties now on 11 penalties. 3:21 to go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is 8 penalties in a quarter of football. 26-8 Cardinals on top on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Dragons will come up to the line of scrimmage, 2 backs behind the quarterback in Dane. He'll throw a slant route into the middle of the field. Pulling this one in is Wilson. He breaks a tackle to the 20-yard line. A gain of 20 on the play. And the MALAD Dragons right back into the red zone of the Soda Springs Cardinals on the 5th reception of the night by Wilson. Devin Wilson has had a good night so far. He does have a fumble against him, but he's been able to continue to drive his way upfield after the mistakes. 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Clock winds here in quarter number 3. Dragons not out of it yet, down by 18 points, 3 scores. Snap goes once again to Dane. Pressure immediately as he rolls out to his right. He's going to throw this one down the field. Picked off again. It's Morrison for his second pick. Picks his way up the field, down the sideline before being tackled at the 35-yard line. Back-to-back red zone interceptions by Justin Morrison. Put the ball into the Cardinals' hands once again, and he flexes his shoulders with his second interception of the night. 3 passes and 2 of them pickoffs by Morrison, and give some credit to the defensive line on that one, as he was given the advantage of having Dane flushed out of the pocket. This time he had a convoy of blockers and was able to take the ball all the way up to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will start out. 1st and 10, working right to left with 2:44 to go. 26-8 they lead as Mumford, he'll take the snap, loses the ball, and immediately is hit. Luckily, he picks that one up. He's immediately hit on the play.
Back to the 28-yard line.
And it's a loss of 7 on the play. Taylor Evans on the tackle. And for Mumford, back-to-back plays the Cardinals have lost yardage on, as they will mark the ball at, again, about the 28-yard line. It's a loss of 7 with the clock winding at 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Ball security, big piece for the Cardinals right now. Got to hold on to it in this position part of the field, as they'll come up under center. Mumford with 2 wideouts to each side. First time he's been under center since the since he took a knee, and it'll be a double reverse. Stewart to the right side, able to turn on the afterburners and all the way up for a first down. Lays a hit to the defensive back at Hayden Dane, and he takes it from the 28-yard line up ahead to the 43-yard line for a gain of 15 yards. What a run. That play drew all the way back to inside the 10 before Andrew Stewart was able to turn it around. And he ended up running well over 30 yards on the play. Gives the Cardinals third down and call it 4 yards to go from the 41 officially. 1 minute and 45 seconds to go. 26-8 the Cardinals lead. Mumford to take the snap. It's low. Picks it up. Hands off to Stewart. And everybody's going to be wrapped up on this play for a loss of 3 yards. And Stewart, the ball handler, is going to get knocked backward, making it 4th down and 7 to go. So 4th down, 7 to go. Ball at the 38-yard line. Need to get the ball to the 45. Expect the Cardinals to punt this one away in good position on their own side of the field. To try and change the field position and put this one inside the 20. That's going to be the goal. Justin Morrison to kick as the senior stands with his back heels at the 25. Good snap. And a great kick booming overhead is going to be picked up at the 25-yard line. Taken up the right side. Flag comes out late. And coming up the field, cutting to his left and getting a wide open lane to the end zone is Langston. It'll be a 74-yard return if it stands, but a pair of flags way back there as Andrew Stewart is already waving the defense back and saying, hey, we aren't going to be defending an extra point quite yet. This will be a holding penalty, I believe, on the Dragons or a block in the back, and automatically the officials are marching this one back. It is a block in the back on the Dragons, and it'll be another 10-yard penalty against the Dragons, their 12th of the game now. If the Dragons could stop making the errors that they've made, they would be able to get some offense rolling. They have not been completely stagnant so far. They have been limited to just 38 yards on the ground, 92 through the air for 130 in the game. But unfortunately, with 118 yards, they've net gained only 12 on the night. 39 seconds to go here, third quarter of play, 26-8. The Cardinals on top of the Dragons. And a timeout's going to be taken, it looks like, by the MALAD side as they want to talk things over. And we will take a timeout with them. Back after this, the Cardinals leading this one by 18 points, 26-8 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. On your home for Cardinal Athletics, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online at mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back out to the home of the MALAD Dragons on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. 39 seconds left to go in quarter number 3. The MALAD Dragons with a first down and 10 at their own 25 after the Cardinals punt as Dane comes up under center and will get set to get the action going. Takes a snap, pitches it to Dreesen on the right side. He's going to wait for a block and makes his way ahead to about the 31-yard line. And it's a 6-yard carry to give him 34 yards on the night. And he has gotten himself a nice little 24-yard chunk of change on his last 4 carries. 31 seconds as the clock stopped after the ball went out of bounds. It should be second down and 4 to go from about the 31-yard line. Dragons huddled up, waiting for the clock to start.
Down there, ready to go still.
As the Dragons will come back up to the line of scrimmage. We'll move 2 wideouts to the left side. One man standing on the right side of the formation. That's Weeks. They're going to roll out to the left with Dane. He's going to pitch the ball, and falling down, trying to pull in the pitch is, I believe, Langston. Excuse me, that is actually number 27, as that is Hayden Ward. On his second attempt, he goes backwards once again for a loss of 3. He's had 2 carries tonight, and both of them have gone backwards, and both of them have been because he slipped. He needs to get that man a few longer cleats. That'll do it for the third quarter of play as the siren sounds, and the Cardinals lead this one 26-8. They score 6 points in the third quarter. The Dragons put up 2. They lead this one by 18 points on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Come back out once again to the home of the MALAD Dragons. 1 quarter left to play, as it is a 26-8 score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Officials making their way out onto the field. The Dragons will set up for a 3rd down and 6 from their own 26-yard line. Actually call it a 3rd down and 8. Dropping back to throw is Dane. He's going to pump fake, tucks it down, makes his way through a couple of Cardinal defenders, cuts to the left sideline. He's outside the numbers and is taken down on the play by Case Griffiths at the 50-yard line after a gain on the play of 24 yards. The MALAD sideline asking for a flag, and now a flag will come, and this is going to be against MALAD, as that is going to most likely be a sideline violation on them. And that is an unfortunate event for MALAD after Dane just got them a huge 24-yard run. And after the sideline infraction, it'll move them back for the unsportsmanlike conduct, another 15 yards to the 35-yard line, as the chains will stay where they're at. It'll be 1st down. No, the chains will move back, so they will get 1st down and 10, but instead of being a 24-yard gain, it's a net gain of 9 yards. I have not seen a team shoot themselves in the foot this badly in a very long time, as that is their 3rd penalty. First penalty of the 4th. Dane on 1st and 10 throws this ball down over the middle and unable to pull the ball in as Wilson. And it makes it 2nd down and 10 with 11:44 left to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And they are going to move this back even more. And a holding penalty will take it back 10 more yards against the Dragons. And at some point in time, 40 penalty yards in 4 plays and 14 total penalty yards or 14 total penalties in the game is something that you can't blame the officials for anymore. It is 143 yards of penalties on 14 penalties called. 11:44 to go. Dane takes the snap from the shotgun, 1st down and 20. He's going to air one out deep for Wilson, and he pulls it in across the 50. It's a 1st down on a 28-yard pass and catch and the Dragons strike big.
Ball down to the 47-yard line of the Cardinals.
120 yards passing now for Dane. His favorite target, Wilson, has 99 yards receiving, and it's a 1st and 10 inside Cardinals territory. What did I say inside the halftime show? The Cardinals defensive backs are going to be a key in tonight's matchup. 11 minutes and 27 seconds to go as Dane takes a look from the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, drops back. Good protection as he's going to loft this one down the field. Double coverage, and Morrison again! Superman's in reverse as he pulls it in over his head at the 22-yard line. Justin Morrison has been a man on fire on defense. His 3rd interception of the night and his 3rd interception in the last 7 passes, and that one by far has been the most impressive by the Cardinals senior. Extreme layout, falling backwards, and he had the presence of mind to pull it in. Soda Springs ball at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 with 11:16 to go. Another stellar defensive play. Cardinals will come out with 4 wideouts. 3 wideouts, excuse me. And 1 man in the backfield, and Andrew Stewart, and they're going to take a timeout. As confusion on the play call. We'll take a timeout as well. 1st and 10, Soda Springs at the 22-yard line with 11:16 to go in the 4th quarter of play on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the MALAD Dragons, where the Soda Springs Cardinals defense has been saying no, 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 and denying the Dragons in the red zone and in their own side of the field several times so far tonight. And it's all been because of Justin Morrison. Give that man some sort of an award. 3 interceptions, easily the player of the night for the Cardinals so far. And that's a tough thing to do because Andrew Stewart has been having a phenomenal game as well with 3 touchdowns, but Morrison's one-upped him, 3 interceptions and a touchdown as the Cardinals lead 26-8. 11:16 left to go as Mumford comes out in the shotgun formation. He'll drop back to throw this one. He's going to launch one down the field, and it's overthrown through the hands of Case Griffiths on the far side. And excuse me, that's not Case Griffiths. That is Morgan Steele on the far side who checks into the game. That's his first offensive series all night, trying to use his speed, and it's an incompletion for Logan Mumford. And the Cardinals will have 2nd down and 10 coming up with 11 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the 4th quarter of play. They'll break the huddle with 2 wideouts to the left. Steele checks out. Dursteller in on the right side. Lone wide receiver there. Mumford takes the snap. Looks to pitch this one out. It'll be Stewart. Wide open grass in front of him. Takes it for the 1st down and walks out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. They'll officially mark it at the 36 after a gain on the play of 15 yards.
I'll run down to the 30.
77 yards on the night for Andrew Stewart. And he's done it on 16 carries. 10 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Clock winds. Cardinals up by 18, 26-8. Lights in full effect here on what is a clear night in MALAD, a cool night. As this game has been going on for 2.5 hours. And the temperature has dropped steadily since it was up in around 70 degrees. Screen pass to the near side is going to be bobbled and incomplete. As trying to pull it in on the near side was Case Griffiths, who could not quite handle the pass. and makes it 2nd down and 10 for the Soda Springs Cardinals at the 36-yard line. They've held on to the ball for the majority of this game and are looking to continue to build on that advantage. We talked about the temperature dropping down, as right now it sits at about 62 degrees in Malad, Idaho. Feels a little bit colder than that, as it was a humid day. And a little bit of a breeze has taken effect as well, just whiffling the flags above the goalposts. Snap to Mumford, and he is buried under 4 different Dragons. Every offensive or defensive line member was able to jump on top of him, and that's a 5-yard loss for Mumford. And it brings up 3rd down and 15 for the Soda Springs Cardinals to try and overcome. And they have some options here to try and go to the ground or to the air. With clock winding under 10 minutes to go, the clock is your best friend. Trying to burn some time off of that clock would not be a bad idea for the Cardinals to try and use. So 3rd and 15, they'll split 2 wideouts to each side. Malad still stacking up the box. Looks like they're expecting a run. And Mumford will drop back. Screen pass almost pulled in by Andrew Stewart, but it drops down to the turf. It's an incomplete pass, and the clock freezes at 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go on the 3rd straight incompletion by Logan Mumford. He has so far tonight gone 5 completions with an interception and a touchdown. And in that rate as well, he's gone 5 for 16. So not a ton of passing attempts in the second half for him, only 5. Cardinals will look to punt the ball away, left to right. They'll get set to punt this one out. Justin Morrison will be the punter for the Cardinals. Good snap. Spiraling end-over-end kick as it bounces and rolls up ahead, out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. That's where the Malad Dragons will take over.
32-yard line.
With 1st down and 10, working right to left, down by 18 points. They need points quickly. And they'll look to their offense, which has thrown 3 interceptions in their last 3 drives. Still 9.5 minutes to go, though. That's plenty of time to work your offense and get yourself 3 scores. Although you've only scored twice so far in the game, and your offense has been severely handicapped by a wide variety of penalties that have been issued against your team. Dane will again come in the shotgun. 2 wide, 2 running backs on either side. They'll step back into protection. Looks to throw. He's going to throw a wobbly pass over the middle and in between a pair of Cardinals. It looked like he was trying to go for a ghost receiver in between a pair of his own, as running down the fields were Wilson and Ward. But neither one of them near the ball, and it just really looked like Dane did not have any idea which one he wanted to choose out. 9:23 to go, another incompletion for Dane. He's got 20 yards on the night on 9 completions so far, but has not played a fantastic evening. Dane in the shotgun once again as the Dragons will go to pass. He'll drop back, rolls to his right, and he's going to almost throw another interception as that one drops out of the hands on the right side of the field. Unable to pull that one in. I believe number 40 for the Cardinals, that's Connor Torman, the sophomore, could not wrap his fingers around the football and keep that one in his possession. And the Cardinals dropped their 4th interception of the night. Instead, it will remain Dragons ball at the 31-yard line. 3rd down and 10 to go with 9:18 left on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, with the Cardinals leading 26-8 in your 4th quarter, being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. Dragons will again split 2 wideouts to the near side. Working right to left, 2 running backs around Dane in the backfield. He'll drop back. This is a new quarterback, He's going to slip, tries to step up. He's going to come over to his left. He stiff arms a man, stays inside the sidelines, and gains his way to the 49-yard line for a gain of 18. They'll mark him out at the 50 officially, and on the run for the Malad Dragons, it's Dale Langston with his first carry of the night. Big carry at that as the Cardinals defense collapsed a little bit. And at midfield, the Dragons take possession. 9:08 left to go. Clock should start up as soon as the ball and planes chains are placed. And Langston will check into the sidelines as Dane will retake his spot as the quarterback of the Dragons. Must have needed a quick word with the coach as he comes back out with two running backs flanking him in the backfield. Two wideouts to the left, one to the right, tight to the formation. Ball rolled to Dane after a bad snap. Gets rid of it quickly. Wilson cannot pull down the pass, or did he remain in possession of it? The far side official says he did not, and it goes as an incomplete pass to bring up 2nd down and 10 to go for the MALAD Dragons with 9 minutes and 2 seconds to go. This homecoming crowd for the Dragons has been kept quiet for the most part this evening, as the Soda Springs Cardinals have had a good night to this point in time, especially on the defensive end. 26-8 they lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Dane takes the snap, drops back, tucks, steps through the defensive line, makes one man miss as he takes away Taylor Adams from a tackle and dives ahead to the 41-yard line. He'll be about a yard short of the first down after an 8-yard gain. He's got 29 yards on the night now. The Dragons moving the ball well here on this drive. It's 3rd down, call it 2 yards, with 8 minutes and 33 seconds and counting inside Cardinal territory. The Dragons have not had trouble getting into Cardinal territory, but they have struggled in keeping up that momentum. Dane again under center. He'll pass this one on a pitch that is going to be taken nowhere on the play, as Colby Dreesen is absolutely stuffed on his opportunity with the football.
Brought down by Kyle Durstaler.
And he goes nowhere for a gain of nothing. And it brings up a 4th down and 2. Dragons will most likely go for it here, as they're with their backs against the wall. 7:50 to go, running out of time. You have to find something. They'll move Langston back in at quarterback as he'll go under center as well. 2 backs flanking him. Same formation the Dragons have been running. He's going to try and keep this himself. Denied! He's immediately hit in the backfield by the Soda Springs Cardinals defensive line. One of the first members there is, I believe, Jeremiah Hansen, as he was able to wrap him up around the waist. He got some help, but Langston goes nowhere. And the Cardinals will take over on downs at their own 41-yard line, with 7:36 to go and an 18-point advantage. The Dragons needing a stop desperately now. They honestly need a defensive score. Down by 3 scores to the Cardinals. 18 points the difference on the scoreboard. 26-8 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. In your 4th quarter, being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. Mumford in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands off to Stewart. He's got a hole. He's going to turn on the Jets into the secondary, into the 3rd level to the 39-yard line. Another big gain for the Cardinals. This time it's 20 yards for Andrew Stewart, as he is approaching 100 yards on the night. He's got 97, looking for his 2nd straight 100-yard game. He had 105 yards last week against the West Side Pirates, but this time it's been a much more consistent running game from Andrew Stewart to help him out. 7 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Cardinals in no rush as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Bunch formation. Stewart takes the snap, or takes the handoff again, and this time the Dragons all over him. A gain of a yard on the play, if that's for Andrew Stewart. Atkinson on the tackle, and it's 2nd down and 9. So the Cardinals offense will again look to try and keep things moving forward with a 2nd and 9. 6 minutes and 37 seconds. So they split 3 wideouts to the left side. Stewart again in that backfield with Mumford, who takes the snap. Pitch this time out to Stewart, and he's hitting the backfield, wrapped up for a loss on the play of 10 yards. Taylor Evans all up in the face of Andrew Stewart on that play. He had nowhere to go. a poor pitch decision by Logan Mumford. Stewart tried to work his way around, ran backwards, and loses ground on the play. They'll call it officially 3rd down and 18 to go from about the 48-yard line of the MALAD Dragons. 6 minutes on the big clock, 3rd down.
19 for the Cardinals.
The Cardinals looking to at least get some of this yardage back. You can punt the ball away. You're not in a bad position right now. And dropping back is Mumford. A wobbly pass to the near side to a wide open Morrison. If that one has enough arm on it, it's going to be a completion. It does not, though, and it drops incomplete to the turf and stops the clock at 5:39 to go. So 4th down, and 19 to go. As Morrison will look to punt this one away, you would guess, for the Soda Springs Cardinals, as they'll look to try and pin the MALAD Dragons back deep. Look for a high punt from Morrison here to try and get a little bit of backspin on the ball. And try and get this one to check up inside the 10-yard line. He's had some good punts so far tonight. Return man Langston stands at the 10-yard line. This kick, line drive over to the left side. It's going to bounce and roll inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Another great punt. They'll mark it out officially at the 10-yard line. It goes as a punt on the play of about 38 yards. And another flag comes out late. And we'll see who this is on. This could be a 5-yard penalty against the Dragons again. And there is some Dragon applauding. This could be on the Cardinals as well. And that's unsportsmanlike. And it is against the Dragons, so a 5-yard penalty will move the ball back to the 5-yard line. Yet another penalty against the Dragons. 15 of them now on the night, for a total of 148 yards. Cardinals defense will come out onto the field. As they have a chance to push back the Dragons. It'll be 1st down and 10 with 5:32 to go. And the Dragons will break the huddle. As it'll be once again Dane at the quarterback position, stands with his heels on the goal line. 2 wideouts to the right, drops back in his own end zone, throws a quick pass to the right side. Langston's got the ball for a gain of 5 yards out of bounds. 125 yards. And with 5:14 to go, the clock will continue to wind. 9:41 the time. It's been about 2 hours and 40 minutes of time since the game began. It's been a very long football game by high school standards. 18-point lead, though, for the Cardinals, as the Dragons will again come out. 2 wideouts to the left this sign as Dane flushed out of the pocket. He's got a man behind him, and he's drugged down inside the 5. This time coming up with a sack is Hunter Bybee. It's a loss of 7 on the play. 22 yards on the night.
Dane is dragged down at about the 4-yard line.
And it'll be a 3rd down and about 11 to go. 4 minutes, 18 seconds to go. And the Soda Springs Cardinals watching that clock tick down. It's almost a painful ticking down of that clock right now towards your first win of the season, trying to go to 1-5 on the year, keeping your playoff hopes alive. 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Dane standing inside the end zone, this time in the shotgun formation, drops back, has pressure, rolls to his right, has the good protection, now steps up through the pocket, has a hole, gets to the 15, past the 20, and across the 25 before being drug out of bounds at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 24 yards for Dane, and it keeps the Dragons' drive alive.
10 Dragons from the 28.
46 yards rushing now on the night for Dane. .337 to go now. Dragons at their own 28-yard line. 2 wideouts to the right side as Dane will again look to try and pass the ball. Drops back, throws to his right, and bounces one in front of his receiver by 3 yards. Wilson, the intended target, and he comes up a little bit slowly on the far sideline. And the clock will stop.
Wilson, incomplete, brings up 2nd down and 10.
With 3 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. Stick around for our post-game show. We'll be bringing you all the final stats for this one from these two teams. This 4th quarter still going on, though. Bear Lake Drug bringing you the 4th quarter. At Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Casey and his staff take time to understand all of your health needs. That's Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. 3:25 to go. Dane in the shotgun once again. Takes the snap, a little bit slow. Now throws to his right. Good protection. Now collapses. He's going to be pushed out of the pocket by the Bibees, and he throws one off of the fingertips on the right sideline. Just off of the fingertips, I believe, of Dreesen, who could not quite pull the pass in, and it makes a 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Dragons. And still that 18-point edge for the Cardinals. Very, very
3rd and 10.
Interesting game tonight. We'll recap it, of course, in the post-game show. But suffice it to say that when a team gets 150 yards of penalties, or almost 150 yards in penalties, interesting things will happen. Dane on 3rd and 10 takes the snap. Has good protection, throws down the sideline, underthrows his intended receiver as Case Griffiths breaks up the pass at about the 50-yard line. It was intended for Ward, but instead drops as yet another incompletion for the Dragons. They have definitely been seeing those stack up, and it's 4th and 10 for MALAD. Expect them to punt the ball away as they are going to send out their punter, Caden Bowman. And a punt is away and will roll ahead to the 34-yard line before being downed by the MALAD Dragons with 3 minutes and 8 seconds left to go. Soda Springs will get the ball back with 3:08. Expect them to run the ball and try and close this game out and give themselves the victory in tonight's matchup. One number we can let you know of, 10 for 27 for Hayden Dane. Although he went 5 for 22 in his last 22 passing attempts. As the Cardinals will come out in their hopes for the last time and expect them to run the ball.
And the winners is the seniors with 1,357 points.
As with this lead, only thing you need to do now is just get that clock down and get out of here without any injuries. Mumford with a stacked line in front of him. 7 linemen is going to pitch this one to Stewart. He'll bounce his way to the outside and is taken down for a loss on the play of about 8 yards. They'll actually give him the 28-yard line, so a loss of 5 on the play. It's his 20th carry of the night. He's at 83 yards tonight after trying to bounce his way forward. And with 2 minutes and 34 seconds to go, the Cardinals will again come up to the line of scrimmage. Split Case Griffiths out to the right side. Mumford in the shotgun. Stewart behind him. As they'll wait for the clock to continue winding down, taking as much time as they can. Dursteller walks into the formation. The junior takes his spot as the tight end. Mumford now Gets a man on the Dragons to jump off sides. A very needless offsides penalty on the Dragons, as Mumford wasn't even calling out the snap count yet. Just waiting for the clock to wind down. It's another 5-yard penalty on MALAD. And give MALAD 50 penalty yards in their last 6 penalties. 16 penalties for 153 yards. That is insane. And the Cardinals will get 5 more yards given to them and some more time to try and run some time off the clock as it picks up at 2 minutes and 1 second to go. It'll be a run up the gut as Andrew Stewart will take the ball to the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the play for Stewart. Gets him back to 90 yards on the night on 21 carries.
41-yard line.
And it makes it a 3rd down and 4 to go with 1 minute and 40 left. 26-8, the Cardinals up, just trying to milk this clock down and give themselves a win here tonight at the home of the MALAD Dragons. And they'll come up to the line again, that bunched formation, 1 wide receiver to the right side, I believe Case Griffiths. Or is that Morgan Steele? Snap will go to Mumford, hands it off to Stewart as Case Griffiths, who is the wide receiver, and looks like Stewart will get the 1st down up to the 45-yard line. Slow to get up as he is still down on the field after a 4.5-yard gain. Call it 5. And the Cardinals are going to have to come out and look at him as he is down and is definitely slow in getting up right now, holding his left leg, it looked like for a second there. Could be cramping. And as we see an injury out on the field, we will take a quick break and look to see what is wrong with Andrew Stewart. And hopefully it is nothing major. He is a big part of this team. Back after this on this break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Students, when I call the reason for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Too tired, family trip, sick day, starting the holidays early.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Dragons. 26-8, Andrew Stewart able to walk off with weight on his left ankle, as that's what they were looking at, so nothing terrible, but we'll try and get you an update on what's wrong with his ankle as the game progresses. Cardinals with 1 minute and 3 left to go, 1st and 10, will just kneel this one out as they're going to walk out of here with a 26-8 victory in what was a very close second half for these two teams, as the Cardinals just outscored the Dragons 6-2. The Dragons, though, will look back on the second half for missed opportunities, 3 interceptions, 16 penalties, 13 of them coming in the second half. As the first knee taken, 1 more will be needed by the Cardinals with 40 seconds left to wind off the clock as it runs. And we'll have 1 more knee to be taken by Logan Mumford with 19 seconds, and he takes it. And that will do it as the Soda Springs Cardinals are going to wrap this one up with a 26-8 win for their first of the season. They move to 1-5 and will look to try and keep that going next week on senior night as they take on the rival Bear Lake Bears from the East. We'll take a break, come back with your post-game show. This has been your 4th quarter brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, where they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Casey and his staff take time to understand your health needs. That's Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. Call them at 208-847-1421.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Here's a look at some of your Lalatin's food specials for the week of September 29th through October 5th. It's harvest time, and fruits and veggies are on sale all throughout Lalatin's. Red cluster tomatoes are just 99 cents a pound. Large Fuji apples are 89 cents a pound, and iceberg lettuce heads are 89 cents each. 2-pound packages of seedless grapes are just $3.99 each. Grab yourself some fresh pumpkins, 4 pounds for $1. And fall varieties of squash are just 39 cents a pound. It's harvest time, and those are some of your food specials at Lalatin's in Soda Springs.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Welcome back out for a final couple of times to the home of the MALAD Dragons as we take a look at your final numbers in your post-game show, as the Soda Springs Cardinals defeat the MALAD Dragons for their first win of the year to move to 1-6 on the season. And the Cardinals, will look at their numbers, were led by Logan Mumford in the passing game, 5 for 17, 155 yards, a touchdown, and an interception on the night. He rushed as well, but did not have good numbers in the ground. 7 for negative 15 yards on the ground for Logan Mumford. A lot of that was trying to scramble to jump onto footballs. Andrew Stewart led the ground game. 22 carries for 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did leave late, and he will hopefully be all right, as the coaching staff will be looking at him over on the far sideline after the injury to his left ankle. We'll keep you updated on that throughout the week. As far as for other Cardinals, Thomas Nielsen, 3 carries for 0 yards, and that wrapped things up, other than a Justin Morrison carry for 5 yards. They end up gaining on the night a grand total of 80 yards on the ground for the Soda Springs Cardinals, 155 through the air for 135 total yards on the game. 4 touchdowns, 3 of those to Andrew Stewart, 1 through the air, as he had 2 receptions for 95 yards and the touchdown. 1 of those to Justin Morrison who had 2 receptions for 33 yards and the touchdown as well. They also had the 85-yard screenplay to Stewart from Mumford that gave the Cardinals the lead that they would not relinquish. 7-0 they led it then, 14-0 they led, then 14-6, then 20-6, and then they built it out to that 26-6 lead. As far as for the MALAD Dragons on the evening, their quarterback, Hayden Dane, ended up going 10 for 27 for 125 yards, 3 interceptions, and 1 touchdown. All 3 of those interceptions by Justin Morrison, who gets our player of the game nod in this one. Fantastic defensive play by the senior. All 3 interceptions, including the last one, which he had to Superman backwards for, and a diving touchdown catch as well. Great game by one of the senior leaders on this team. Rushing-wise, they were led by Dane, 13 carries for 46 yards. It was Dreesen who came behind him for 11 carries for 34 yards, 2 carries for 18 yards coming from Langston for 108 total yards, a couple other carriers in between there, but 108 total yards on the ground. They ended up getting 125 through the air for a grand total of 133 yards in the game, 233 yards in the game, just outgained by the Cardinals by a grand total of 5 yards. Leading receiver in the night for the Dragons was Devin Wilson. He had 6 receptions for 99 yards. The only touchdown of the game for the Dragons went to Cody Weeks with 8 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the third quarter to make it 14-6, and he had 2 receptions for 20 yards. That's a look at your numbers, penalty numbers to wrap things up. The Cardinals with 5 penalties in the game. It ended up costing them 60 yards on the night. For the Dragons, 16 penalties for 153 yards on the night in their own right. To wrap things up, that'll wrap things up for those numbers. Only other thing to get to in this one is a look at our sports update. Come back with that on the other side of this break on KBR V800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at some of your Lalatin's food specials for the week of September 29th through October 5th. It's harvest time, and fruits and veggies are on sale all throughout Lalatin's. Red cluster tomatoes are just 99 cents a pound. Large Fuji apples are 89 cents a pound, and iceberg lettuce heads are 89 cents each. 2-pound packages of seedless grapes are just $3.99 each. Grab yourself some fresh pumpkins, 4 pounds for $1. And fall varieties of squash are just 39 cents a pound. It's harvest time, and those are some of your food specials at Lalatin's in Soda Springs.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out to the home of the MALAD Dragons in MALAD, Idaho, as the head coach of the MALAD Dragons having some deep words with his team out there on the field right now. We'll jump into our sports update, a couple of scores to get you reminded of. The Grace Grizzlies come away with a 66-20 win over Shoshone in a game that was cut off in the third quarter as Shoshone called the game. The Grace Grizzlies moved to 4-2 on the season as they look to try and keep things rolling along in district play. They're 3-2 in their district play and have a big game against Glens Ferry coming up next week, I believe, on the road at Glens. The North Gem Cowboys come away with a win as well, 26-20 over Clark County. It was 26-8 here for the Soda Springs Cardinals. The Soda Springs cross-country team had a fantastic week over at Twin Falls last night as the JV team won on the girls' side. The JV boys team won as well, and the girls or JV girls team or varsity girls team won as well, and the varsity boys took 7th, with Riley Simmons taking 2nd place as a individual. We had a chance to talk with Haley Neff of the Soda Springs JV team. She joins us now on our sports update on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Running.
Junior high was just I just did it. And then high school, I think I've kind of pushed myself harder and tried to do better.
When you think about running, Caleb Burgraff joined here with Haley Neff from the Soda Springs cross country team. And Haley, this year, it's been a very competitive year. A lot of really good freshmen out there competing for not that many spots on the varsity. What's it been like for you trying to get yourself into that conversation for one of those last varsity spots?
It's been pretty tough. We've been switching spots around, but I feel like if I work hard, well, everyone's going to be trying to work hard, so I'm just going to have to push myself and see where I end up.
What are some of the differences that you found between junior high cross country and coming up to the high school level, and how tough was it for you to adjust to the high school level of running?
Junior high was just I just did it. And then high school, I think I've kind of pushed myself harder and tried to do better.
When you think about running as well, you PR'd this last meet. You didn't just PR, but you PR'd by 50 seconds. What was that feeling when you came across the finish line and you saw the time that you had?
I was pretty excited because I know I'm improving, so I just want to keep pushing and improving, and that got me pretty happy.
When you get to run with the same coaching staff in junior high, I know that you skipped a year last year, but get to keep continuing with those same coaches. Does that help when you have that continuity throughout your years?
Yeah, our coaches are great. They're always there, and they're just helping us all one-on-one if we need anything. So that's good because they've seen us throughout the years, and they know what to tell you to do.
We talked about the youth on this team, but there's also a lot of veteran experience on the varsity as well. Who are some of the girls that you look up to on the varsity when you're on the course?
I really look up to Alexa White. She pushes us all to do better and just reach for our best.
You were one of the top finishers on the JV team this last race. Have you tried to step up into any leadership roles on the team as well, or are you just kind of learning the ropes this year?
I think kind of both, so I'm kind of just trying to stick in there, but it's pretty cool when I'm up there and yelling for my teammates to get up there. So.
As a young runner this year, what are some of the goals that you set for yourself coming into the season?
Some of the goals I have are to just push and see how close I can get to some of the faster girls and maybe just see if I could get into state some of these years.
When you think about some of the stuff that you've had to overcome, what is the hardest part of being a runner here in cross country? What are some of the things that you struggle with sometimes?
So I think when you get closer to the end, you kind of just want to slow down, but that's when you've really got to push yourself, and that's been one of the hard things for me this season.
Looking at the courses you've run as well, there have been some rather difficult courses at the beginning of the year, but you guys train on one of the hardest courses in the area. Does that help when you're going into some of the easier courses, that you don't have as many hills or you don't have as many difficult patches?
Yeah, I think it really helps to train hard so you know what to expect, and even if it's not as hard, then it makes it kind of easier.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, Haley. Good luck as you continue on through the season, and hopefully we'll be talking about you and the rest of the team doing very well once it comes to districts and state.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks again to Haley Neff for joining us, as she has shown herself to have a bright future on the Soda Springs cross-country team. The cross-country team will be running next week, as they will be in Pocatello, and they will be at the Bob Conley Invitational. That'll be going on Thursday afternoon for the Cardinals there. As for us, we are going to be back on the air tomorrow in the morning, as we will have Cardinals volleyball at the MALAD Invitational right here at MALAD High School. Their first match is going to be against Marsh Valley. 8 o'clock for the JV match. We'll assume the varsity match will begin right at around 8:50 or so keep your radios tuned in, as we will be on the air against the plethora of teams that we've brought in Marsh Valley, Westside, and Nampa Christian on the agenda for the Soda Springs Cardinals. So keep your radios tuned here once again. We'll be bringing you all that coverage of all those matches for the Soda Springs Cardinals there. MALAD still on the field, but we are going to wrap things up here for this one as the Soda Springs Cardinals will look to next week when they will be home against Bear Lake on the football field, and it'll be senior night for the Cardinals and a do-or-die game for the Cardinals as well, as they need a win in that game. I want to thank you for tuning in to the Cardinal Post-Game Show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Once again, our final score on today's Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, 26-8. The Cardinals come away with their first win of the year. Join us on tomorrow's broadcast, as we'll be on the air again at around 8:50 or so with the opening match for the Cardinals against the Marsh Valley Eagles. And we will have our pregame show coming to you then as well. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I want to thank everyone who helps us out with our broadcast. Julie Burley, Kim Miller in sales, Kayleen Anderson as our main person back in the office down in Evanston. I also want to thank general photographer Warren Cook. And I want to thank all of you and our fine sponsors for tuning in. Until next time, let's go Cardinals. Let's go Caribou County.
Thank you for tuning in to this live broadcast of Caribou County football on KBRV 800 The Bear. This broadcast has been brought to you by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
For more local coverage, be sure to listen in to KBRV every day for updates, interviews, and more live coverage of local athletics. And don't forget to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived versions of this game and other games as the season continues to roll along. Until the next time the boys of the county look to tame their own fields, goodbye and good night from KBRV 800 The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.